Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, we are back. Episode 23.
Come on.
23.
I'm your host, the big fella D King. Only pod can judge me.
Yes, sir.
I got my main man to the left.
R to the K, a.k.a. Illogic, a.k.a. Illogic 100. Holla at me.
And my kinfolk to the right.
Come on, y'all know who it is. Just the barber, Wayne D 253. Come holla at me.
We got a special guest in here with us today. I'm excited.
Yes,
My brother and friend from another mother.
Yes, sir.
Pastor Ronelle Jones is in the building.
Yes,
253. Please stand up. Show some love, y'all.
Come on.
Glad to be here, man.
That's what's up.
Dwayne, what you got, man?
Come on, man. Hey, before we get started here, man, look, listen. We appreciate the love you guys been showing us. We appreciate the support. Man, we appreciate those who have been rocking with us. Man, we ask y'all like, subscribe, share, man. We want to push this all across the world, man. We just appreciate the love, man.
Yes,
But what are
sir.
they doing to the button, to the like button?
Smash the like button, man. Smash the subscribe button. Smash the share button.
There we go.
RK, man, how was your week, bro?
My weekend was good, man. The week was good. You know what I'm saying? We dropped that bomb episode.
Yes, sir.
So,
Salute.
Check them out. Go check them out. Go check it
You know
out.
what I'm saying? So numbers is going up, man. So went into the weekend pretty good, man. Feeling good. Did a little bit of work around the house. It was a good weekend, man.
For sure. What about you, Wayne D?
Come on, man. Look. Hey, down. Hey, beautiful. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Been celebrating you all week. Look, we've been eating
Yes,
good, feeling good. Oh, she's always looking good. She turned 35. Look, you have the number. You put your own number, and I know it looked good to me. But we ate a few times. Went to a few restaurants. This Saturday we did an escape room. We didn't make it out. Look, I'm kind of disappointed, but look, we're gonna bring it back. Look, we're gonna run it back again. Every year we do one. So we'll see y'all next year.
Happy birthday.
Dr. Jones, man, talk to us.
Man, listen, I'm just glad. First of all, I'm glad to be here in the building. Big shout out to you guys, man, for the opportunity just to come and share. Talk.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Listen,
you.
I'm at all y'all watching. I'm glad to be here. Listen, I got back this past weekend from Virginia, Richmond. An incredible service we had. Celebrating a bishop out there, 80 years of life. And
Yes, sir. That's a little.
60-something years of ministry.
beautiful thing.
So we went
Yeah.
out there, and now we're back home. They actually messed my flight up. So I had to stay over in Detroit an additional day.
Detroit. How was the water?
Yeah. I drink that
You know, Detroit had that funny water, man. This shit was going
You know
on.
what? I forgot about that.
Right.
No, I think that was in
Flint.
Flint, Michigan.
Oh, okay. It was in Michigan though, right? Yeah.
But no, man, they gave me a little baggie, a little package, overnight package. All my clothes were in Washington. Yeah. So I'm glad to be back. You know, you only go one day like that.
Right.
Yeah, I had to get home, y'all. So
No voucher? No food
I
voucher?
did, but you know, it was late at night. I stood outside for a shuttle for about an hour, freezing cold. So man, by the time he's ready to get home and thaw out.
Man, we glad to have you back.
Glad
We
to
glad
be
to have
here,
you on the
man.
show, man.
Man,
We
for
got
sure.
some
How
fun.
about yourself, big fella?
Hey, man, we was in the gym with the young fella, man. Young Cy had tryouts, man, and for the last 2 days. And
Yes, sir. Yes,
he put
sir.
in some work, and we kind of chilled. The wifey made some bomb chicken.
Come on.
And I'm like, man, tonight, I already went to the store before I got here. If you guys don't know a store called SARS,
Come on, man.
they got the fresh chicken. The wings
on,
is
man.
$5 for a pack of 12. I bought about
serious about
I bought about 9 packs. The wifey's at the house right now frying up some bird. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get right into it, guys.
We gonna eat good after this, huh?
For sure. Hey, it's a wheat thing. Come on through. Come on through. We got a whole lot of wings. I got that buffalo hot wing sauce to put on there, man. Last time you came over to have some of that chicken, you took it with you on the road.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So
I
you
got
know,
snack.
I ain't
yeah.
We got a little function. Her wings go down. Look, you up there.
So we gonna have it, but we gonna start off, man, the show with the hottest topic that's on earth right now, and that's Israel, man. My heart goes out, prayers to everyone, every family, every person, every child, every adult, man. My prayers are just with you, man, and I'll let you guys kind of expound and I'll fill in, but just your take or your thoughts on what's happening right now, RK.
Oh man, it's a difficult one, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about this earlier, man, and I just feel like, you know what I mean, it's a you know, I pray for both sides, you know, I hate to be a both sides guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there's really people stuck in the middle of this conflict.
Right.
By two political, you know, political sides, man, and I think these people are really the victims in this situation.
Victims. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got people being kidnapped, you got people being bombed, you got people, there's people that's really getting impacted by these decisions these politicians are making.
Right.
And it's not fair to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that I pray that they could work their way through this and come to a resolution that's beneficial for both sides, because they're fighting over the smallest, a small area of land. You know what I mean? It's not the greatest size area of land. It's not as big as America or some other country. It's a small area of land that they all got to coexist in.
Right.
I would hope that they could find it in their hearts to find a resolution that works out for both sides, because it's really sad.
Right.
Indeed.
My, like I say, man, my prayers to both sides. Like RK, I didn't take it in that perspective. I took it in perspective of the people who were in Israel, who were in the middle of it. But you got to think, if Israel does make it out in the retaliation, what are they going to do to the individuals who are in, And for me, I think I was looking at it this morning. The number I had seen was like 700 deaths that they had confirmed, and then it was like 200 individuals who had missing.
Man, the missing part is the worst, man.
And the ages of them, a young lady had got on there and was like, she had like a 6-year-old son who had who had medicine, who wasn't receiving his medicine, and then they were like, she was like, my grandma was with them. I'm like, she's like, you guys was just coming in and just taking everybody. So my hearts and prayers go out to everybody, and even individuals who are here in America who have family members over there, who may be dealing with something. Prayers out to you guys, man.
Pastor Jones.
Man, first of all, again, I want to just thank you all for this space just to share. This is a very sensitive space in the life of the world.
Yeah.
One thing that I will give you from a biblical perspective is that the Word of God teaches us to always watch Israel and pray for her. It's God's chosen people. And when you look back at time and you look at how God first took Abraham, we call him the father of faith, and he had to step out and leave from his kindred, that God would show him all these things, and he said, I'm going to bless your seed. And so he looked at his wife, Sarah. Sarah and him were older. They were 90-something plus years old. They were like, we're too old for this. She said, go into my handmaid Hagar. Well, they go into her, and they have a son named Ishmael. Ishmael grows up. One day, Sarah looks out the tent, and she noticed the son is growing. Eventually, Abraham and Sarah have a son named Isaac. The son gets older, but Ishmael literally, the Bible said, mocked Isaac.
Yeah.
So in other words, the decision they made with Ishmael was starting to mock what God promised in Isaac. And so that same brother fighting today
Jealousy
is what we see from back when. So although we hear these rumors and wars and all these things happening, this is all supposed to unpack.
Yeah.
This was supposed to happen. And so my prayer is not only to the people in Israel, the Palestinians, because here's the reality. They all come from Abraham.
Right.
So
has
God
lots of sons.
Yeah, they're his sons.
Right.
And they're fighting. America, we have two things happening. We, number one, should be grateful that we don't have to wake up to bombs and all these things, but we also need to be praying for peace there.
Right.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at with that.
Right.
Man, it's crazy, man. It's just, when does it stop? And like you said, it's over land that nobody really owns. You know what I'm saying? The earth, what is it? The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Ain't that the book?
The world and they that dwell therein.
Right. And so to be fighting over that, over an area or a space, is just when you really think really hard into it, is just how do you handle that if you put yourself in that situation with your family? Can you imagine? We all have daughters, except you.
Oh man,
you got our sons, but us three have daughters. Can you imagine your wife and daughter being pulled somewhere, and you're gonna die for that? You're gonna die for the cause,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And same thing with you. You're gonna die for the cause, right? So it's just like, what kind of faith do these people have over there, or is there hope? Is there no hope? Like, how do you be mentally tough or mentally strong to even bear something like that? It's almost like a natural disaster just came and just like wiped everything out. Like, how do you say that you can deal with that? If you guys
going back just to a little bit what Pastor Jones was saying, that we live in America, and unfortunately that we don't have those situations happening. So
unfortunately or fortunately?
Unfortunately, we don't. Unfortunately,
right? Okay,
you're right.
Right. I gotta make
Fortunately,
sure. Right.
I'm like,
we don't want to be unfortunate. We don't want no parts of that.
They have
this is America, Jack.
This is America. Fortunately, we don't have that happening here.
Right.
And so
we know of.
That we know of. It may be happening in a different manner.
Right. I'm following you.
I'm following presidential or whatever it may be, politics or whatever it is. But that's different than having a bomb, dropped on you. So we don't have to really deal with that. So I think people that are over there, like we were saying, I think they're already conditioning because it's not what war's going on is when's the next one. Yeah. But it's something that's going to be a continuous thing that's going to be happening.
And they're just stuck over there like there's no way out.
100%. And they're just in the middle of it. So I think for them, it's kind of tough for me to put myself in that situation because fortunately I don't have to, I don't have to go to sleep at night thinking, oh, there's going to be a bomb dropping.
They've literally
talk about the mama mentality.
Been dealing with wars in those countries for centuries. Yeah, it's never stopped. It's not the latest. It's not the greatest. It's just the latest.
Right.
But I thought that this specific situation started in 1944, 1945 after World War II, when they had to move the Jewish people. They moved the Jewish people out of Europe and back into Israel. I thought, America pretty much propped up that country at that time and gave them some space for them to relocate to. And it sounds like the conflict is about the expansion of territory, the expansion of taking that land and governing that area.
Right.
Inheritance.
Yeah.
And that's what the fight, and that's what I'm saying. The fight with those two brothers, it has always been about inheritance.
And it just stemmed down generations after generations.
The oldest one of the child should have gotten everything. Right. That would have been Ishmael. Yeah. But the promised seed that God said he was going to bless was Isaac. So the youngest was the one that got the inheritance. The eldest was always fighting for it. And that's the war that's still been going on. So it's always, you can categorize the war for a different reason, but the spirit of the fight started from two brothers. And so this is why, not to jump off, but to look at it, like here in America, if we would see a war, the greatest thing I ever seen happen in my lifetime was the World Trade Center.
Right.
That was the greatest thing I seen.
It shook the whole United States.
And people still got PSD from that moment, right?
Right.
But they've been dealing with that
every day. Their whole life.
Right.
Their whole life is something in those countries.
Right.
And I'm going to give you guys something too. I went to New York in 2014 and saw where the Trade Center was, and it was an eerie feeling. You felt weird. I'm like, this is kind of, can you imagine being on this street and you're watching a plane and then stuff just implodes down? It's a lot of innocent, not only the innocent people that were inside the building, people that are just walking up and down New York's busiest streets, which is one of the busiest states that I've ever been to in my life, where people are just there all the time.
A lot of souls perished in that one location.
And that's the part right there.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know either that Wall Street was like literally right around the corner from it.
Billionaires Row.
Yeah, and it's just like, they had this big old globe with the hands on it, and that thing rolled off, and they said it was rolling down the street, taking people with it. Wow. And so just to actually see that based off of what we've seen in a lot of time, not physically being there, but I can't even watch the videos because it looks fake to me. Yeah. It doesn't look, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like, that almost looks like a movie. Like,
where were you at the day that happened, though?
I was at work, downtown Seattle, and they said that the World Trade Centers, like they said, the plane just went through. I thought it was fake.
Yeah, I was watching it that morning.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I seen the one building was smoking, and they was wondering what was happening. They thought it was on fire or whatever. Yeah. Then I seen the craziest part about that is seeing people actually jump from that building at incredible heights. Yeah. You can see them really in the news coverage. You can see them leaping out the windows.
I can't look at that, bro. That is crazy.
I think I was in world history class, and they had put it on because it was something that was going on with the government. So that's why they kind of put it on at CNN. And I was watching it in my school. I was in class. Yeah. I was in school. Yeah. I was in school when it happened.
I'll be honest, I didn't know much about the World Trade Center
Me
at
either.
that time.
I didn't.
That was the first time I ever was awakened to that. And and my mom, those who knew the Bible at that time, they were like, man, Jesus coming back.
I did hear that too. Yeah,
right. We was on that at that moment.
Right.
But what's crazy about some of this is, and I just throw this in, is that stuff like this that happens in other countries They deal with it. Like here, we throw it all under the banner of somehow it's going to deal with mental health, mental issues, things of that nature. You know, and that's something I think is pretty big.
And let me say something about that. As far as mental health goes, is it taken advantage of right now, or is it a legitimate thing?
I think the generation that we are living in, so the generation, what do they call us? Generation X? Is it X that we're living in now? I think it's Generation Zen or Generation.
I think it's what's the millennials?
The millennials?
Depending on what your age is.
No. I'm talking about the generation now, not what
who
we
is
are.
Who's the generation now? The ones after us?
Z generation right now. No, the generation of now. So we're in Generation Z. I think this generation that we are living in, the exposure to social media, the exposure to just the exposure of things has magnified mental health so much. Because I think like when we were younger, I think a lot of mental health still existed when we were younger. It was just it wasn't to a broad. It wasn't showcased on a broader stage. I think like. You know, that's just my opinion. I think nowadays you're just so exposed to different things, whether it be social media. I can put on there my days. Your emoji, you can put on there your emoji on Facebook that you're having a bad day, and your emoji could be like that's just meant like that's just something with your psyche. Like it's mental. Like ain't no way I can't. I'm sad today, so I'm gonna put a sad emoji. I'm like, what? Come on, man.
Yeah, I just think it's. I think it's real, but I think it's magnified times 10 in a lot of situations, and people are exaggerating it or taking it to a level that I think is unnecessary. Like, I'll speak about the athletes. Why do you think they just changed the rule in the NBA that you're going to be fined if you sit? Because people were taking advantage where they might get drunk or something may have happened and they couldn't be able to perform because they weren't doing what they're supposed to do.
You got to take a mental health day.
You got to take a mental health right. That's it.
Seriously.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, they get to go from city to city. And are they human? Absolutely. But when you sign up for becoming an athlete, like I disagree totally with Charles Barkley. I'm not a role model. Yes, you are. Yeah. Somebody's looking at you as that.
Agreed.
Somebody is looking at you for inspiration to see that he did it and I can make it.
I mean, that's the Barack Obama example, right? That everybody said, oh, Barack Obama becoming the president, being the first black man that became a president, you know what I'm saying, is an example. It shows kids of a way that they can grow up to be,
yes.
You know what I'm saying,
and
a president.
Now, guess
or
what?
Achieve
we have
higher
a vice
heights,
president
you know
right now.
You're right.
That's a woman.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that coming?
No.
Think about it.
I did, but not her.
No, yes. No,
right.
I was
So
saying no,
that's
yes.
what I'm saying. So let alone they say Barack Obama, then all of a sudden you come after that, and then you have a woman. I never thought I would see a woman in that vein. I just didn't. I thought it was a man's thing. That's what we grew up in. Looked at as that was that.
I can't say that I had seen my bad. I mean, because I didn't say that. I can't say that I had seen before Obama came that I would see a woman in that place.
No, that's
only
that's
reason
what I'm
why I
speaking
say
of.
that is because
That's what I'm speaking
Michelle. I would think like, oh man, if I had a first lady or not even a first lady or a vice president, I would see Michelle being that. So that's the only reason why I said I could picture. But Michelle's very tough.
But could you see? But could you see that?
And she's authentic.
Before Barack came.
Super. I didn't see that before Barack.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't.
Because you always need a wild card because Michelle, she won me over with her influence.
Man.
And she made this statement when they walked into that restaurant, her and Barack, y'all remember the story?
Mm-hmm.
And she saw her old guy she thought looked good and said, man, and he was like, you guys would have owned the restaurant. She goes, no, he just would have been the president.
Right.
She
said that's what power she would have had.
That's how much power
she has.
Influence.
That you're where you are because I helped you get there.
Influence.
Come on.
So
no.
For her to think like that.
Immediately. Right.
Oh, no, that means she understands her value system.
Right, come on.
Values everything.
No, I agree.
It's everything, man. I'm going to be honest with you. The power of a black woman that knows who she is.
That knows. That's good.
I'm just throwing that in there.
That's good.
That's powerful.
It's a beautiful thing too. Because I don't. You can say that again because I think a lot of people don't appreciate that or express that type of sentiment.
I agree. 100%.
Yeah, they
for real.
And especially, and I think that these young black women need to hear that because it's not just about how buying a purse or buying a bag for me or paying my bills. If she knows her value, she really brings value to a man.
If she understands her true worth.
Yeah.
Can't no one deposit it, or can't no man, or can't no situation deposit how worthy she is.
Yeah.
If she knows her true worth.
Right. So this is what I'm gonna do right now. and you guys can follow suit,
Man.
or you can't, and you deal what you deal with. Since only Pac can judge me,
I'm giving a shout out to my wife, Lady Ray. I want you to know.
Already trying to out, beautiful queen. You started
yeah. So I'm gonna say, Lorena Elizabeth, man, you already know. Like the song says, I'm a moving by myself,
man.
but we're forced when we're together. Man. And like I said, without you, it wouldn't really be a Dave King like it is. So I honestly know that now. Have I always known that? No, because I thought I was the man. But when you come to realization that they are there to make you better and they are not behind you, they're on the side of you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And once we understand that as men, we become better. Because if you have nobody supporting you, you got your spouse.
Yeah, they got
you're winning.
Hey, love.
You're winning.
If you watching, Dave was at the dinner because that's the same thing I said and spoke about you on Saturday. So look, I said that. I said at the dinner. I was talking with the wife.
Well, that's good, bro.
I said, love. Hey, I woke up. Listen,
he's trying to get the brownie voice right now.
Look, I woke up that morning. Look, I tell you, I woke. Hey, look, hold on. I woke up that morning and I was like, dang. I looked in the mirror like, dang, man, you are fine. Like, dang. Look, I was talking to myself like, you look good, right?
You was talking to yourself?
I was talking to myself. I was talking.
You encourage yourself.
I encourage myself.
You encourage yourself.
But then I was like, so then I'm thinking like, man, and then immediately I was like, man, I am who I am. They say behind every black or every strong man, there's a strong woman, and that's a good saying. But I believe that the beautiful wife who I stand with, she stands beside me, and that's what I had made mention.
And I'll be honest with you, sometimes in some situations, my wife stands in front. I'm saying in some situations she has a better knowledge of me and something that she can stand in the front because I know my self-worth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think that as us as husbands can not just us in this room, I'm talking about men, period. Like you don't have to take the macho approach. Everybody know who has the final say, but at the same token, you have to make your lady feel that self-worth too. Yes. I think that's a huge part of it.
It's definitely a partnership. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah. It's definitely a partnership. Sure. And I got married kind of young, so I've been through the phases of you letting her do this or you hearing those comments from people. And but they're not in the position that I'm in. They don't have the years in that we have in now. They don't have the foundation that we have. You know what I'm saying?
20,
man.
3?
No, it's born in
23.
Man, you gonna put me on the spot?
Yeah, we gonna put
my bad. My apologies. I think it's 23.
Only Pac can judge you.
Hey, but I 3 years ago, people have asked me in the past, but I always
20 plus years.
20 plus years, and I just take it day by day.
Right.
I just take it day by day. Yeah. I'm not keeping count. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, come on, look.
I'm not keeping count. So we just doing our thing and we rocking, and I think it's. Back to your point, man, it's about the partnership. It's about us being together, man, side by side.
Bro, like I said, sometimes it's been hard for me to grasp a hold of that because growing up without a dad directly, or then you see it a certain way where you see a certain image that you like that you may think that may not be the thing that may work right for your situation.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've had to learn in the fact to know that just because I saw that and that worked for them, women are different these days. My wife, she's filthy. You know what I'm saying? So, and she believes in herself enough. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not gonna be little. I'm not gonna shun. I'm like, hey, babe, if you like it, I love it. That's what I'm saying? Like you said, the partnership is important.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? And I just think all of us that got what I got. I'll be celebrating 18. This year in November.
And I'll be at 8.
You'll be at 8?
I'll be at 8.
15 and September 6th.
Yeah.
Let's clap it up.
You just had one.
No, salute. No, for real. For real. Hey, that's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
And then just for all you guys out there that marriage ain't easy.
Come on.
Man, there's a lot of times you feel like giving up or like, what did I sign up for this for? Or what am I doing? Like, what's going on? But at the end of the day, when you think back to that day, when she walked down that aisle, and you were baby, because I know I was, and she walked down that aisle, it really can put everything in perspective. You know what I'm saying? So
I think for me, I'll throw this in, 15 years, and for sure, in marriage, you have ebbs and flows, ups and downs. But what's crazy about all of it is when you look at what came out of your marriage, I look at Gabrielle and Gianna, and I look at the fact that my wife, she nurtures their minds. When I come home sometimes and talk to them, I'm like, she's the one nurturing them.
Yeah.
I'm not there to nurture them. It's T.D. Jakes that said, if you want to have money, you want success, then he can't stay at home all day.
That's right.
But if you want him to stay at home all day, just know you can't have certain things. So which one you want? So with things I'm out there to go get.
Tell them, Jones, that's good.
With things out there that I'm
good.
to go get,
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that I had a woman that can instill in my daughters, which is my future.
That's good.
Yeah.
What needs to be done? Because at the end of the day, sex is one element.
Yeah.
What if the
100%.
person gets sick?
Right.
Then what? Conversation is huge.
Yeah.
Right.
Communication.
Then we evolve. Right. We evolve. Things that I used to like, I don't like that no more.
Right.
Yeah.
One day, my wife and I were talking in the house, and I was like, "I'm about to eat this." She was like, "I didn't even know you like that." Like, yeah, I like that. And I saw something about her. I didn't pay attention to that.
Right.
Because we evolve.
100%.
Yeah.
That's
You know
good.
what I'm saying? So what blesses me is my daughters. That's one thing about marriage that I had to learn to really value is I don't have a woman at home that's not pouring into them or echoing what I've already said.
Yeah.
Because you can say something and somebody can come up there and uproot what you're teaching them.
I was gonna say
That'd
that
be a bigger issue.
that's a major key because that echoing what you said, that means you and your wife are in
one
accord.
accord.
Yeah, you guys are in tune and have the same message, same agenda. Nobody's because children will know that they can go to the
Right.
parent.
Which one they want?
Yeah,
I want cookies.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
to
cookies.
finagle what they want to finagle. You know what I mean? And work what they want to work. But you guys being on the same accord, working together, being in tune with each other, knowing each other, knowing where each other stands on things.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing,
Well,
man.
hey, and let me be honest and transparent, right? Only God can judge me.
Only
Go
God.
ahead.
I can judge.
I know you can still judge me. Though.
Yeah.
But there's times you have to have, I don't call it arguments, I call it heated fellowship.
Yeah.
And there's times you got to go by yourself. Like, now, hold up. Now, I need you to know this, that when I'm saying something to the girls, I need you to affirm what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't agree with it, let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
But they can never see dissension like that. Both ways, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Both ways. Because
Right.
the way I was brought up with a dad and a mom.
Yeah.
My dad told my mom, I don't want you working. So when I got married, I carried that same mindset.
Yeah.
It's because it's what you saw.
I saw that. I saw what I saw. I was
is
like,
what
you're
you
not
saw.
working. I don't
Yeah.
want you working. That was stupid.
Right. Because that's not work for your
Because
situation.
first of all,
right?
there were 7 kids. My dad needed my mom to be home.
Right.
Yeah. And
We
times
had
have
2.
changed.
Times have changed.
Right.
And every coin my wife brings in, and she's an incredible real estate agent,
Yeah.
Shout her out
I'm
right
missing
now.
out.
Shout her out right now.
That's real estate. Big
Yeah.
shout out to you.
Trayvon, shout out, sis.
Yeah, that's money. That's a blessing to the house.
Yes.
And she enjoys it. And now that I pastor a church, she's able to be a first lady in her way. But the point is that growing up with our daughters, I was trying to do stuff Dad was doing and was destroying the relationship.
Yeah.
Talk about it, Jones. Talk about
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
That
Destroying
means
the
you had to
relationship.
grow. You had to grow.
Yeah, because
Man, me too, bro. Like I said,
you
you
know-
can't go based off what you thought was it because that ain't it. It ain't even in
Yeah.
those times. These women, she went to school to get a degree while she was pregnant. So why would I try to say, nah, you don't need to work, babe. I'll pay you for you to keep the kids. No, she just got a degree in this where she went to school for 5 years that she can make as much money as I'm making. Then imagine us doing it together.
Yeah.
You can't have no ego towards that and the fact of who cares?
She has goals too.
Right.
Yeah.
that's a crazy part too. 'Cause some
Right.
guys be like my wife, she didn't grow with a father in her home.
Yeah.
So that's a different dynamic.
Yeah. That can be tricky too.
Very tricky.
Yeah.
And so, with all of that, that's the same person who pours into your kids though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I was saying that to say this. Now that she's doing what she's doing, I had to ask myself the question, am I okay if she does bring in more money to me?
I am.
I have no issue with that.
Right.
And I promise you, I don't care
Yeah.
at all. No, real talk. That's an ego. Your ego got to land at some point.
Somewhere.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we won. All of it that comes in, we won.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a we thing. That's right.
Yeah.
That's good, y'all. And now, like I said, again, I don't know what anybody's going through out there, but I would say marriage is definitely honorable.
Yeah.
And it's something that God definitely smiles upon.
Definitely.
But he didn't say the roads would be easy.
And it
but he
won't-
didn't
and it
bring you
ain't
this far
Right.
to leave you.
He didn't
and
say it won't work.
And that's one thing that I would share
This work.
with everybody because, like I said, everybody goes, like Ronelle said, through ebbs and flows and, thinking that you got to be this macho or this tough just because you got to do it in increments based off who your child is too. Because some kids don't have to get a lot of spankings.
Yeah,
It's true.
You know, sometimes some of your kids will just listen to you. You know, then there's other ones like out of my three, the one that's the most aggressive is the youngest one. There's 7, and she's off the chain. You know what I'm saying?
They're all different people. They're going to try you in different ways. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like she always has, because she watched her brothers, so she thinks that because she's a girl that she can get away. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the interesting dynamic. I'll just say a family.
Why? My question to you guys as fellas is, why do you think that society doesn't value showing black men as families? Because even when we watched, I mean, we had, you know, Bill Cosby went through his trials and tribulations, but I'm just
stay there.
You know what I mean? But at the same time,
That was our hope.
yeah, that was the example.
Yeah, the
you know what I mean?
doctor and the lawyer, right?
Come on, man. It was
You know
upward
why?
mobility.
Because we don't value us. We celebrated Madeir, who was a drag queen, and we celebrate that. We called it comedy, not realizing that we were demasculinizing the man.
Demasculating. Yeah.
The man. So now here we are going and laughing and getting caught up in the series, not realizing, okay, well, what picture do we have of what family looks like?
Yeah.
Y'all have tore down the Huxtables.
Yeah.
So we can't look at that. You don't want us to look at that no more.
So I'm just saying,
There's levels to it.
Man, woman, and child. I mean, why do you think
I think
society doesn't value?
You want to answer it?
That's tough because I think society painted a beautiful picture when it's in another race.
Yeah.
I think when we look at the white families, they and this is only Pac can judge me. This is a tough, but only Pac can judge me.
It's a tough question.
So it's
I got my answer.
It's very tough. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. That's tough.
So I'll say
tough.
this.
Yeah.
A lot of times that when you see these mothers with the children, you don't see the dad. Whether the situation may have been, what if the dad, because a lot of times the dad may want to be there, but the mom might not let him be there.
Yeah.
Or in the fact of she was young and then they apart and the dad's not in the house, but the dad wants to see but when she goes out, the picture's painted only his mom. Or parent-teacher conferences, the dad doesn't know because the kid doesn't live with him when the parent-teacher conference is. I think there's a lot of things that we can stereotypically put of what the narrative is created. Because there's a lot of single dads that are single that are separated from, but they take care of their kids. But it's the picture's not always shown as that because the kids live with their mom and they see the dads on the weekend. So I think it's the situation of how it's painted. Yeah. So when they do see it, it shouldn't be foreign because most dads that I know, they love their kid.
Yeah.
But in situations with them and the mom can't figure it out, it hurts the kid at the end of the day. Right. And so I know in Washington State, it's a woman's state. So a lot of times they don't take the kid is with the mom.
Yeah.
So that's the scenario of what I see on a constant basis. But not to say that the dad doesn't love their kids, but that's the picture that's painted. Well, where's the dad at? Or at the sports games, the dad don't know because him and the mom don't talk. And you know what I'm saying? The kid is actually good at a sport, and his dad would be there if he knew about his son.
Yeah.
I think that stuff is messed up, but that's the typical narrative of what you see.
And I think that situation is very common now because I've seen studies that says that actually, with black men, they're actually involved with their children a lot, but they're not painted as a nuclear family.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because of the way things are.
Agreed.
So I think you're really onto something there because I think that there's a lot of families that are in that situation where it's single mom or mom is remarried or with somebody else. And the dad is involved with the child, but the dad is just not a part of that household.
Right.
So it kind of jades it.
I see it a lot in high school. I've been coaching high school basketball for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of situations where you have to deal with the mom, like, where's the dad at? Well, his dad is around. I'm like, well, I can't get in the person's business, but when you see the dad at the game and you see him rooting for us, I'm like, oh, there goes his dad right there, and the kid is loving his dad. So it's like, but you just don't see it because it's not in the house.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? That it's not in the house. You understand on that, Pastor Jones?
I think what you said is I ditto that. Really, the mothers don't want him involved because he's not involved with her the way she wants him to be.
Right.
So you strict him of his influence, his impact, and then you talk about him like a dog for the ones who want to be in the life.
Right.
Now, those who, if you're a father, you need to be in the life of your child.
If you're a father, you need to fight to be in the life of your child.
If you're a father, you got to be a dad.
Which this, I'm not trying to segue, but which is why I never liked that whole series on R. Kelly about the kids not getting to the parents not getting to their kid.
Oh,
That's why I didn't like that. Because I was thinking back in the day, I was like, as a father, and I saw my daughter somewhere in a room or saw her trapped, I'm telling you, as a dad, I'll do whatever it takes to get there.
Right.
See, the problem is that some of these guys weren't exposed to real fathers. So they don't know what it looks like to fight for something.
Right.
They're like, okay, if I just give you a check.
That's good, Jones.
You got a check. Okay, I'll give you that. The girl's like, man, this ain't no real money.
Right.
You just got a new car with rims. I need that money.
Right.
He's like, but I need something. I mean, I still got to live.
Right.
I still got to have something. You took me to court. That's what they said I'm supposed to give you. I gave you that.
Right.
But now you want me to give you more?
Right.
Well, because you did that, now I'm not going to let you come in your life. I'm being your child's life.
So you penalize a child.
You're penalizing the child.
Right.
So I got a different. Well, that's a great perspective on it. I actually live in those situations because I have two children by two different moms. And every since you guys met me,
getting busy.
There's no way, no how. Ever since you guys seen me, my them boys be right next to my side. But it goes back to like I heard you say exposure. I never was exposed to what a father looked like. My dad was in Indiana. I moved away when I was about 5 or 6. I can't remember. Somewhere young. Don't really remember too much of it. So I didn't really get to see my mom had 8 kids and grandma raised us. So I seen a woman raise us, strong black woman. Appreciate your mom, love you, appreciate your grandma, R.I.P. But I never seen that father being around. I just knew what I needed as a child. I see my good friend Charles Simmons, coach at Life Christian. Me and him were good friends, and his dad kind of took me in as like his second son. So I would be watching that's how I fell in love with boxing. Like he had all the Roy Jones fights at his house. And so I fell in love, or I seen it emulated as he's being a father to his sons. But I would go to games and wouldn't have nobody cheering me on, wouldn't have nobody having my back. So I took on the role as I had to play. And this is what I tell people, because I was pretty good in sports. I'm a competitive individual. But I tell everybody the reason why I didn't go as far as I could, because I was being a father, I was being a legal representation, but I was a child. I was being my own. So for a mom or dad should have been speaking up for me, but I had to represent myself as a kid and play. Yeah. So I was my legal representation as a kid.
Good, Dwayne, talk to him.
So I had to grow up a little faster. But I said that was something that I was lacking. I seen Chuck. I seen his dad always there. I seen him take him to practices. I seen all this. I was begging to get to a game. I was walking home from games plenty of times my whole life. So I had to be my own representation. So I said, when I get older and I do have children, they would never, ever. I don't care any situation. I don't care.
And you're a good father, too, bro.
I appreciate it, King. I don't care if the mama moved to Mexico. I don't care if the mama went to Japan. It didn't matter. Some way, somehow, they would know that dad was going to be a part. I was going to move there with him, or I was going to, some way, somehow. And so for me, I think I'm on the opposite spectrum of it because both my moms has allowed my children to be with me no matter what. Every time y'all see me,
because they know,
they understand the power or how much a men will. I have all boys. Now I don't know. It'd be maybe different if I had girls. That's why the Lord. I appreciate you, Lord, because you was looking out for me. Because you knew if I had girls, it might have been different.
Man,
but I know
if you had a girl, boys, man, you be butter, man. You be melting in her head.
100% right. Girls are different.
Yeah, they are, man.
Girls are different.
But their moms knew how important it was to have. Their fathers be in both of their lives.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I'm a dad. Like I have 2 different ones, but the one that I have in the house, like he's just differently. He gets to see the perspective of me and his mom being together. But my wife takes on my oldest son with DJ and my middle son, Dejan, as like they're see the dynamics every time they're with.
Which you're supposed to, but
emulating.
It was a process.
100% a process. It was definitely work. 100%
because we never want to. Not to put business, but to create the narrative that it's always peaches and cream because everything is a process.
Definitely.
Everything is a process. Because having children is a process. Like of not knowing of knowing that you're bringing life into this world. How do you know how to raise it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't know when it's your situation and saying you ain't in your parents' house no more.
No.
You're the one that got to get up at nighttime when that baby's screaming and the mom is halfway zombie-fied based off of having to deal. You know what I'm saying? So life is precious. So I just, with expounding on this, guys, it's just a beautiful thing to know that people know. I think you got to know your self-worth. You got to know what stuff means to you, right? And you kind of got to pour into.
Yeah.
Going to our next topic, man.
When a woman knows her worth.
We're gonna go right into real estate. Man. Somebody told me, a real estate agent told me yesterday or the day before that you better buy now because in 2024 it could get weird.
It's already weird.
But I'm just saying it can get weirder. So I know that your wife's a real estate agent, and you deal in real estate with all kind of paraphernalia and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Where a few changes.
So I want you guys to kind of expound. Does the market get better so we can buy more homes?
My opinion, nope. I think I've said this before, but it's a seesaw. Either interest rates got to go down or house prices got to go down. Yeah. One or the other. I don't see it. I don't see one side. I don't see the prices getting any better I don't see the prices keep continuing to go up and the interest rates staying up. It's just not going to work. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. If interest rates going to continue to go up, prices got to go down or vice versa. Interest rates got to go down and the prices will continue to rise. But at this point, they done raised the interest rates so high. That's why the prices aren't dropping yet. And I'd hate to say it, but I can easily see prices going down before interest rates come down. But it might happen vice versa. But one of those two got to give.
So something got to give. Either interest rate or the price of the house got to drop.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
I'll just throw this in, and then I'll give it to you.
Go ahead.
I think real estate is a broad spectrum.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we only look at it from purchase, selling, and one lens only. There's a lot of little things that are happening. 100%. You don't have to buy. You don't have to invest in real estate in the state you live in.
100%.
That's true.
Memphis is a place that we are familiar with. And you can buy houses out there for $12,000.
15. 100%.
Literally.
Yeah.
And flip them.
Yeah.
Ohio
and so it just depends on what.
Why nobody ever thinks about doing that? Why do we always think
exposure?
About why is it just that we're just so small minded, like we're locally minded?
My uncle, the late David Brown.
One of my good friends.
Man.
One of my good friends.
A preaching mentor of mine. Loved him so much. Cornerman, rather. Love him so much and miss him. But my father sat him down years ago and talked to him about getting into properties and purchasing homes. I think he got it to like 17 at one time.
Good.
It was, commercials, everything. It was crazy. But the point is, my dad couldn't do it at the time because of kids.
Right.
But he gave him game.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Paid it forward.
Good.
Yeah.
Paid it forward.
Knowledge.
So he got in, and then my Uncle David started teaching me about flipping. That's how I got into flipping in Memphis.
Okay.
He started teaching me, take $10,000, purchase that, put you about so much into this, then turn around, flip it in 30 days. That's how I got into it because of him.
30-day flips.
30-day flips.
I remember that, man.
Oh man, it was going even faster.
It's not all. This is all I'll say. It's not all one style of real estate.
So expound on that just a tad. You can go ahead.
Well, yeah, I'm just kind of echo what he's saying because when we think the American way is just to buy one house, and when you got the picket fence, you have arrived. When I purchased my first home, I was like, love, this could be a forever home. We go. I never had seen a homeowner in my family. I'd never seen anybody own a home in my family. I think I might have been the first that I know of.
Congrats on that, bro.
Appreciate it. To purchase a home, but when I had a mentor, exposure, come talk to me, she came in and was like, okay, this is a great starter home. Like I can see this is a great somewhere you could start it. And I'm like, starter home, like what you mean starter? Like bro, I'm about to be here forever. Like
this is it. This is all.
I ain't never seen nobody in my life own a home. So look. I'm living good.
I've arrived.
And then I've arrived. And this is in 2016. I made it 100%. I've made it. But this is in 2016. Mind you, that was in 2016. I felt may have been close to our bottom interest rates, and I think homes was just starting to about ready to take off in 2016. So I bought my home in perfect timing. But then 2 years later, she comes back and was like, "How much is this house worth?" We looked it up. It was like it was almost double. She's like, "Well, how come you don't just pull from this home and go and buy another home?" I was like, "You could do that? Like, you could buy 2 homes?" She's like, "Yeah, you could do that." So we pulled from it and went and bought another home. The difference was, like he said, the lenses. My lens changed from being a homeowner to now being a realist, or to being an investor. So my lens went from me purchasing a home to now me owning a few different homes.
Talk to the people.
But once it changes, it only changes if you're being exposed. You was only exposed to it because someone gave you the game.
Yeah.
If no one gave you the game, you never would have been exposed to it.
That's true.
And so for me, I never would have been exposed to it to buy. Now we're on our 3rd home. We have 3 homes. We're about to go on our 4th home. I never would have known anything about it if I wasn't exposed to it. So that's what it is with me. Like you were saying, even the out-of-state thing, we think of, and to get back to your question, because I really want to answer that. I don't think, I think we've already been in a crisis already. You got to think, I bought my first home interest rates was my lowest I got is, I'm going to just throw it out, I got like a 2.4 or 2.57, something low. And then the interest rates were at 7. If they interest rates get to 10, at 7 it was bad. At 5 it was bad. At 6 it was bad. So as this has been going up, it's already been on the bad scale for me.
Right.
But the difference is, it doesn't look bad to the individual who's already been invested because they're already inside of it.
That's true.
To an individual who's trying to get in it, they never been exposed to it. So if you went to them and told them this is a 7% interest rate or a 10% interest rate, they never knew about the 2%.
I don't know, man, because that's a lot of money on 400, 500 grand.
But you never would have known. You never would have known about it being at 2%.
Yeah, but that could be an ignorant call though too.
Agreed.
Right?
It's an ignorant call because you know.
Then at that case, then it could be a hustle.
Because you know
what I'm saying? You getting hit for 8% on a $500,000 home.
100%.
And you could, you can hold out, or you could save your money to get that, you know what I'm saying?
I want 100%.
Wait because the market moves in trends. It goes up, it goes down.
I agree where you're coming from, but that's coming from a lens because you're already in it. So you know that if I've been exposed to 2%, I know how low it could be. 8%. You got to start somewhere.
So are you saying that
you have to start?
The people that don't have the common knowledge,
they don't know. You wouldn't know.
If they say 7%, they think that's not bad.
They think that's like okay. That's what the bottom line is. They think that's the norm. But we don't know. We know there's something lower.
That ain't good.
Well, I knew below 5% was good.
Agreed.
At the time.
7 for me. I thought 7 because I think they were saying nationally. When I first was exposed about houses,
because it's about 6 to
7% is the norm.
But that's when houses was like 300 grand.
Agreed.
350, 400 grand.
That's that 120 grand.
Right. So that's what me and Rena bought before we got married.
And those are West Coast prices, by the way.
For a marriage.
15,000 is
$300,000 house.
Yeah,
I think the interest rate was like 5.9 or something like that. And I thought somebody was real estate. He was like, "That's good because like where you're at." And I'm like, I didn't know nothing about. And it's like, man, I'm like buying a house and I'm 20. I'm buying this for my wife because we were getting married. So after we get married, we're moving into this house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I knew what I knew now,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Exposed.
I would have.
Knowledge is power.
Right. I would have probably kept that or did something different and still had it. But I think it's all a work in progress. I think you have to really find your niche because if you have multiple properties, then if you can pull from something. It's not taking the direct money out the bank account that's directly paid, and you pull from that to get this, which is going to get you more. Yeah. I mean, if you have the property, that's why they say when you have a piece of land. But we were talking on the phone the other day, and this was so profound. You say you own your house.
No,
don't make that payment in 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 payments, and then see if it's still your house.
Even if you paid your home off, even if you paid your home off, and you don't owe nothing on your home. Don't pay the property taxes on that. And see
they'll take it.
And they'll come take your home.
Right.
The property tax, you be like, my mama paid this home off 10 times over, but don't pay the property taxes on that.
Yeah.
They'll come take that thing too.
Yeah.
You don't own the dirt.
Right.
You own the structure or whatever it is.
You're on the structure.
And if they take that, look,
right.
knock that over, we're going to put something else on it.
Yeah. That's why the Bible says the 2 greatest wealths are your children and land.
Come on. Mm-hmm. The dirt.
The dirty stuff.
The dirt, not the
you gotta earn the land.
Dirt.
Hey. Why do you think the Palestinians
dirt. Israel.
It goes right back to it, man.
The dirt.
But like, what does it feel like? Because I'm not there at that place, that space right now. Just like based off what you had to do this weekend, did you want to do that? Or, I mean, like, did you do it by yourself?
Man, you know, I'll be bored, man. I'm a hands-on person, man.
Look, bro, you know what I'm saying?
You're a hands-on person for sure.
So I figure I could have paid somebody to do it. Or I could do it myself. But I knew I'd do it. Now it always comes down to you got more time than money or money than time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually, all three of you guys are really good at hands-on guys. That ain't really my expertise.
You just do with the grill.
But I also but I'm more so. I can use my mind and my mouth more so than, and it goes back to never really having the dad to really learn to do that. That wasn't I didn't see it.
You're a product of your environment,
right?
man.
And I didn't see that, so I never. My wife is, and I can openly say it, is more hands-on. Like she'll put a bed together, put the kids' toys together. I'll try it now, but before I would get frustrated.
You just pay somebody to do it.
Yeah. Correct. And that's what I'm saying. I'm learning though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
is that wrong though?
It's not wrong.
No,
it's not. Do you have to cut the grass?
I don't.
You're a man, or can you hire somebody to do it?
Jesus cuts my grass. Shout out to Jesus. Yeah. He cuts my grass.
Man, he ain't watching, man.
Arcade little funny about Jesus, man. He didn't do arcade right. He didn't do arcade right, man. So he got the little thing with Jesus, man. But I'm saying,
it ain't even personal. I just know he ain't watching this, man. If he is watching, he don't understand what we talking about.
That boy said I had to get a translator to tell him about my life. Hey, but I'm on the opposite spectrum with that because I really like he said, I really like getting my hands on. I like doing the grass.
You did a lot of stuff with the house that you just deferred. You did a lot of stuff with that. Your hands on. But see, that's
a lot of it.
I admire you guys for that. That just, I know that ain't my deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you need some strength to lift something, I'm your guy.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? We just dealt with something crazy,
man,
right?
That was a beast. Yeah.
We just dealt with something
that
crazy.
Was serious.
So, but I'm just saying, it's just like, it all has its worth. Like I said, and when we put things together and you can look here and look there, the knowledge that's being provided right now, along with the real estate stuff, like you guys have spouses that do it. There should be nothing that you guys don't know how to do when it comes to a house, if you really are invested in listening to that part.
Man, I'm not gonna put a patio on the back or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Me either. Like,
he will.
I might try.
He's done it.
I might try.
That's what's up.
The only thing in flipping houses or renovations that I probably do not do, I will not touch, is for sure plumbing and electrical.
I hear that a lot.
Obviously, you need to be licensed for that, but everything else,
framing and everything else, concrete, all that.
I've been dabbling in
not concrete. I ain't do concrete. I do laying floors and all that, but
See, I'm thinking about doing some concrete at my house.
I got a guy for you.
You got a guy?
Got a guy for you. Shout out Superintendent Joseph Edwards.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a cement man for real.
I need to he
does it. He does that.
Yeah.
I did some mudding and siding in our renovation on our home. I put in a whole kitchen.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures.
Like, I did a lot of that.
Cabinets is actually pretty hard.
I know. I slayed it, bro. Cabinets and everything, countertops, slayed it.
Well, I want to come see it and see.
Look, I get you pictures real quick.
It's straight.
Oh, it's straight.
I don't want to be coming there and have to lean over.
I'll put it to you like this. What I could attest to that I was there for is the delivery of when the stuff came. Somebody had to put it in. There was a whole bunch of boxes. There was a whole bunch of boxes that they brought in there, so somebody had to do it.
Yeah. But to your point about flipping houses out the state, right? I've always wanted to get inside that game, but I've always been scared to get in the game because if I go to somewhere like a Oklahoma, Arkansas, somewhere,
perfect areas,
I'm buying places, right? Yeah. But then, who am I going to contract to do the work? Yeah. And how can I trust they're going to get it done? How am I going to know that there's going to be copper in the house?
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So your I love it. Your net worth deals with your network.
That's right.
So sometimes people want to go out of their network to get into something that's not. Obviously, if you don't have it, it's not time for it yet, and that's okay. Yeah. If it's not there, it's not there because you got to feel good about what you're doing.
Yeah, but that's not the question though. The question is, how do you get somebody? How do you trust somebody that if you're not inside that state?
Don't you got to hire a real estate agent out that way or somebody that travels, right?
So I'm going to go back to what I was saying. That's within your network. So for me, like if you're talking about Oklahoma, I got somebody for you. You just have to first say it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Sometimes people got stuff in their head. You got to start talking about it first. When you start talking about stuff, you start to see people, everything you need is right within your reach.
Yeah, I've always been told, if you talk about something, you don't let everybody know your plans. You don't always talk about the moves you're making. You kind of keep those to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Let me explain. Let me stop that for a second. Let me stop that for a second. But that's why you start text messaging groups with like-minded men, that you can put that in there. And there may be, I was in Nevada.
Yeah.
I needed, I was out of my medication and Jones said, why didn't you tell me? He had somebody down there for me. And when we were stuck down there, I ran out of my medication for the warfarin and pulled up. This is what I got for you. And that was just by making a phone call. So I think the thing is, when you have a group like a text message group that we have with us 10 men in there that are all striving for the greater good,
you got to speak to that.
You have to.
So
you have to.
So let's say I'm talking about outside of myself. I'm talking about the average Joe, somebody else walking down the street that wants to make that move. Who they gonna call? Like what's the process for them?
Okay, that depends on their network. So at some point, there's people that you want to be able to help and things of that nature, but I don't know why you're not getting help. There's something that you might be doing that is the reason that you don't have the network. We got to first unpack that first, right? For you, dealing with you, talking about Oklahoma or something, we got you. That's the first time I ever heard you say it.
Yeah,
All I need to know is hear it. I got you now. When we get off this only pod can judge me, I got you. I got a guy that deals with that. All he needs is his money. You can have a contract. It's there.
Yeah.
A lot of times, especially for black men, I can say this, we don't communicate a lot of things that are in our head because a lot of times we'll do it by ourselves, and if we succeed, then we'll come tell you about it. And then we don't tell you the process either. Right. So it just looks like it happened overnight. You're like, man, how did you get 4 houses? Oh, yeah, this is all I did. No, what did you really do?
Right.
Walk me through that.
Yeah. And I walk you through it.
Huh?
And I'll walk you through it 100%.
Oh, yeah. But I think it's communication. Yeah. And put it out there.
It is about even with just speaking directly to you, R to the K, is that I know a lot of people, like with you being here, you don't really know. But like I said, but I'm just saying, the reason why I do stuff like I do with those groups is because that is not only for sports and to celebrate, but when we were originally talking about stocks, you know what I'm saying? We put the group together. Everybody had something in stocks, and we were talking about it. Right, it was talking about it, but that group, right. But I'm saying that group is for us that whatever it is. Hey, what you got? What's your thoughts on this? Anybody got anything on this? Because you got a lot of knowledge, man. If I'm these guys and you can do stuff, man, let me just pay RK if he has time and he can do it. Versus I was going to pay somebody else to do it. Let me pay this guy. But I'm just saying, we don't network enough. I know I do because I call on all you guys when I need something. Hey, this is what I need done. Yeah. Either you can help me or you can't. Yeah. And it's you know what I'm saying? So
it's huge, man.
Right. And I just think that we have to expound on that more because everybody wants to, and this is not saying you, but everybody wants to be, oh, I got this. No, you don't always got it. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like even in the situation that we're in, the edifice that we're in right now, we were on our way and we were somewhere else and it didn't fit the narrative of what we were trying to do or what it looked like we were trying to do. Yeah. And all of a sudden it popped. You know what I'm saying? It's here we are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just think we need to resource each other more.
Yeah. You guys had great, beautiful cons. Or beautiful, pros. Beautiful pros. Here goes a con. I'm gonna give a con. Negative on that.
Provide the con.
So the same perspective is it. This is one of my mentors. She did the same thing. She invested in Indiana. She had purchased a home in Indiana. Had a contractor sent the check out there. Had carpet put in. Had cabinets put in. Had siding done. Right. Mm-hmm. They snapped a picture of it. It's just a con. They snapped just because she couldn't be there. Snapped a picture of it. She sent her property manager over to that house. And guess what was in the house? Nothing.
Gutted it straight.
I just seen pictures of this yesterday. Floors was laid, cabinets was in.
You gonna have some of that.
Walls
What they
was
do-
like,
I've seen that happen. I've heard about that
Would they
happening
go to another
people in
house?
Detroit. That's
No,
what
they
I'm
were in the
asking. How do
same
you
house.
have that
Gun and
network?
difference
How do you
was-
have that? Yeah, that's what
the
I've seen that
difference is
in
because
people in Detroit
you're not-
investing.
So that's the difference. You would have to, once again, it has to be somebody who's connected to who you trust.
Yeah.
You know, who you can put that trust in, who you rely on for them to be coming over or to be monitoring that, because you're not there. You can't fly in every day.
Or not every day.
That's a lot of risk to take on.
100%.
Or if you got enough money to buy that house to flip it,
Network.
you got enough money to buy a plane ticket
Network.
to that place to go make sure that your stuff is good. Like,
And that's why I
Yeah,
said,
but you're not there though. That's the
but
thing.
I'm saying-
I understand what you're saying. You got the money to get out there.
But
But
I'm
I've
saying-
heard about people that have money.
But I'm saying you have to
And this
go
is-
though.
this is a
have
lady
big-
who
that-
had-
You have
Yeah.
to. You have to go at least once or twice.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
right,
what I'm
right.
saying.
No, no,
You
no,
can
she-
do that on Monday
she went.
and leave on
Yeah,
Thursday,
yeah.
and by Friday
100%.
they know you gone
She-
and gut everything.
he's 100%
That's
right.
my
And-
point.
yeah, that's-
like I
she's-
said, you might not even have copper in your house next time you look up.
Okay.
You can
And
do
the
that. You
person
can do
who
that
did it-
locally
that's
in
what I'm saying.
the same city you live in.
And the
too.
person who did it was she's a very wealthy young lady and had it, but she seriously.
Well, you know, I think the word you used is key to investment is risk.
It's risk.
100%.
So
any investment,
any
is risk.
investment,
All investment.
you know,
Yeah.
the best situation, the most legal sound situations still got a risk to it. And I mean, but that comes down with vetting process, you know. I mean,
Agreed.
honestly, you know, asking the right questions and knowing what questions to ask. Man, it was me and my uncle. And just give you a quick picture of it. I thought we talked about it. Okay, let's make it happen. He knew I could do renovations, so he felt good. I said, let's go. We shook hands on it. He sent me a contract. It's my uncle.
Yeah,
He sent me a contract.
it's business.
It's business.
business.
And it's not personal.
It's either you sign it or you don't do. You ain't doing the work. Or you don't get
And
paid.
talked about how much money he was going to send me, everything, and what I said I was going to do in the time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we split our money. At the end of the day, that was business. So the day he gave me that, everything in my mind,
It clicked.
it was clicked like this ain't just we ain't just doing this.
Right.
exactly.
And you know what I mean? And so then later on, you start dealing with people. You start realizing, okay, I'm dealing with my LLC. I'm putting a firewall up for me. What's your business? I'm not doing business with you. You're not doing business with me. I'm doing business with your business.
With your
Right.
business,
What's up?
exactly.
Because if you can't go through that process, we can't even talk.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you start to realize, so he didn't have to necessarily fly in because he knew I was there.
Right.
But
You got to have the inside
Even
man.
reliable.
You
the
gotta have
inside man. But
Yeah.
if
Exactly.
not,
You're right. though.
Reliable
You're right,
source.
right.
but if not, he
But it
was like,
comes-
I'm going down there for a week.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I'll be there for a week. Because remember, if it's a month project, the first week is all I need to see to make sure this thing is rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
And that's how we did it.
Yeah.
Several times. So yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
crazy process, but it was a risk. And hold up, we were talking about, okay, we're gonna sell this in 30 days. So the only things we knew is that it needed to be by a school, the house we purchased, and there needed to be a McDonald's nearby. That's all we know. There needed to be a McDonald's and a school because that meant families were nearby. So we were gonna be able to sell it. And when we did that, he did all that research. I didn't. So he taught me about that. Man, that thing sold so quick. And I was mad because I was trying to hold out for more money. And somebody came with another offer. But for that first one, we just went through the process.
Yeah, he took you through it real quick.
Just take me through it so I can feel it. Because every day felt like I was only gypped.
Yeah,
But that goes back to
Yeah.
what you were saying
That's
to
the
start.
risk.
Is who you networking with,
Yeah.
who you know, and then how much the network is to pay that individual. You know, if you don't have both of those, it's tough for you.
this
to
is helping
And then
somebody.
for me,
Yeah.
when I was thinking that there's a difference between gambling and then there's a difference between a risk. I think with gambling is you just put your money down, whatever it may be. No, you didn't do no research behind any of it. You just gonna go with what you is. I think a risk are you've did a little bit of research. You may not know all of it, but you know a little bit more than what you would do as far as gambling. So I think educated risk is more educated than you just going out there just throwing at a dartboard hoping that it hits.
So what you talking about? Just gambling like it?
Just gambling in general. That's even in life.
Just
like
okay, I
in
got
gambling, you can gamble running across the street with your eyes closed. If I know I've done the research that no cars come at 12 o'clock at night, I can definitely run across the street. That's not a gambling no more. That's a risk. That's
got
me
you.
knowing that there may not be a car coming.
I got you.
I know I've done this research. Don't know cars come at 12 o'clock, so I'm not gambling anymore. It's a risk.
Gotcha.
Now, if I ran out there at 12 or at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and it's a busy road, you're trying to gamble until you get across that street. You're not gonna make it.
Hey, people, we got some gurus here in the real estate game, man. These young men are well-rounded. We are moving to the next topic. We are going hard in the paint.
Come on.
So now, guess what? We had a discussion arc to the K, Wayne D. The world versus the NBA. Now you see what's happening after them guys lost. Look at the players now. They're saying they're going to play in the Olympics. Nobody has a chance against that team. I don't care if you combine all forces with every other country. They don't have a chance against that team. Let's talk about it.
Who's on that team?
Well, who's all on it?
And who actually got an invitation? Because they all might not get the invitation.
All the ones that said they're going to play, they're going to get invitations.
You sure?
There's people, There's people who have confirmed.
Joel Embiid, it's a big deal that they said that he wants to play. That's crazy.
For the U.S.
For the U.S.
Yeah, I seen that.
And then here comes Bron.
Bron, AD.
Here comes AD.
Steph Curry.
Here comes Steph.
Man.
Durant's coming. Devin Booker's coming.
Like these are people who have confirmed.
This is going to be a documentary.
What else do you want?
It's a big marketing moment.
Right.
I agree to where you're coming from because we said that when we were on the cast. Like when you get all of them together, there's no stopping them. No way, man.
All their pictures get put back on the cups of McDonald's.
Yes, they need
that
to.
was crazy.
You remember? They need to. I tried to collect all of them. I tried to collect all of them.
Yeah, I really did.
Because that's when that was only 79 cents.
Yes.
A big goal was 79 cents.
So they get together like the Super Friends.
Yeah, so because America again didn't finish first and they look bad.
Right.
Yeah.
They look bad. So guess what? LeBron is the catalyst. I go, you go. Now LeBron is committed. Here comes everybody else.
I agree.
And what can you do now? Because they're going to beat the Doc McStuffins out of everybody.
Blowouts by everybody.
Yes.
And the second stream will be a first stream.
Right.
On some teams.
But you know what I like about it, to be honest, is it brings a passion for the country again.
I agree.
Like sports has a way for us to look at it and be like, man, this is my country. Mm-hmm. For all that it stands for and the stuff it don't stand for.
Right.
When the Olympics come, you're like, when the U.S.
everybody's on one accord. Everybody's on one accord. Right. Everybody's on one accord.
As soon as it's over, I don't remember,
everybody's on one accord. Everybody's on one accord to get the gold medal.
You're cheering for skiing. You're cheering for
who's gonna be the guy though? We know LeBron is the lead. Who's gonna be the guy?
Man,
I don't know.
Because Kobe was
the man, but LeBron was the guy.
LeBron was Carmelo was the guy.
Carmelo was the guy. I agree.
Carmelo was the guy. He was leading scorer. LeBron was the guy.
You were.
But
special though.
This one though, I think this is Bron's last go around. He has to end it on a
Is Giannis going?
He won't play for. He won't play for. He won't play for the United States.
Greece.
He's playing for.
And Greece don't have a chance.
Yeah, but
Giannis, you better lace him up.
My guy.
Curry gonna play with us? Steph Curry play with us?
I don't think they're gonna highlight Curry like that.
Yeah, they will. He highlights himself.
But not the
They're gonna let him get off like that?
He's the highlights himself. He's different.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm gonna give flowers. I'm gonna give flowers, okay? Let me do this. Steph Curry is the third best point guard to ever play the game in the NBA.
Wow.
Third best point guard. Yeah.
Point guard?
Third best point guard to ever play.
Dwayne don't like that.
No.
Isaiah Thomas.
You got Zeke ahead of him?
Yeah.
Zeke is Zeke and Magic?
I got Magic and Zeke.
Magic and Zeke.
I got Magic for sure.
Can Steph trump
Zeke?
I just think he got to send this by the end of his career because he's still playing and still continue. Yeah. I don't think he'll ever catch Magic because Magic did something that we've never seen nobody do either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He did some things and he changed the culture of basketball. I'm
not going to argue him.
He saved the NBA.
When it comes to Isaiah,
that's why I said I'm just saying current right now.
Okay.
Curry just has to finish his career.
What you got, Sam?
Curry got to finish his career.
Okay.
Ranking NBA's top 10 guards for 2022-23.
No, history.
Wrong season.
Yeah, we go history.
Wrong season.
And point guard.
History. Ever.
Wrong season.
You got to put ever.
Wrong season. But let's go back to what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm going to give Steph his flowers. He's changed the game of basketball with shooting.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they can make a three-pointer.
Yeah.
You've never thought that you would see Larry Bird shot three-pointers a game. Steph Curry shoots.
Yeah, I didn't realize
14,
that.
11 to 14.
I didn't realize that. I thought
he shoots 11 to 14 threes a game.
A game.
How many did Bird shoot again?
3 a game.
Wow.
So the game
Reggie
is
Miller.
evolved.
Bird was
Reggie Miller.
knocking them down.
Right.
Reggie Miller, who we thought was the greatest shooter, only shot 5.
Right.
Yeah.
The game is evolved.
shot 11, who
so what I'm
knows what
saying
his
is
numbers would
Steph
be.
Curry
Yeah.
being able to pull up for 3 instead of shooting a layup on a fast break. You never thought you'd see that. He's
Right.
changed basketball. So
Yeah.
I have to salute him.
Agreed.
I just don't think he's the top 5 player to ever play. I don't think he's a top 5 player. So
To
let's
ever
say we're
play.
gonna expound on that. So now that we got
stick
past the
to the
liberty,
Bible. Go
I
ahead.
need this. I need this from
So you
you,
gotta know
RK.
your sport.
I need this, RK. The top 5 players, in your opinion, that ever played in the NBA. Positionless basketball. The top 5.
I don't know. You got me on the spot, man.
Should I come back?
Yeah, you can come back.
Dwayne D.
For sure, Mike. For sure, Kobe. For sure, LeBron. Man, for sure. Man, see, my thing is I heard so much about Bill. I can't say that I know about Bill. Like I've only read, I've only seen
Russell?
Yeah, Bill.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you gotta
I've
respect
only-
the history,
I
though.
respect it. I 100%
I don't know if
respect
you
it.
have to.
But
You
I
don't
can't-
have to respect
yeah.
the history.
I respect it
I'm-
100%. I hear where he's coming from because I hear where you're coming from. It has to be acknowledged. I will say. I won't say respected. It has to be acknowledged because what he did, 11 championships, that's a lot. And I think it was like 13 seasons. Like it was tough. But for me,
Player coach.
2 of them.
I'm gonna tell you my perspective.
But for me, I'm gonna go those 3 that I named for sure. Dang, I want to go Cream. I really want to go Cream. Cream was tough, but yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna go Kareem, and then I'm gonna go. Sheesh. Dang, that 5th one's tough. Man, Bill might be on there, but
That's your 5?
that might be my.
And you're
5.
sticking to it.
That's
Only-
what I'm
only-
sticking to
only
it.
Pac can judge you?
Only Pac can judge me.
Pastor Jones?
I'm definitely going with Mike Jordan.
Yes, sir.
Going with LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, and then my last one. I'll go Kareem.
Kareem, yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I gotta go Jordan for sure. Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Magic.
Magic.
Oh,
Magic.
my bad, y'all. My bad.
Somebody gotta get off the
Pac
list,
can judge
though.
you.
Who? Tim Duncan.
Uh-huh.
And AI. Yeah.
Okay. My top 5 players to ever play.
Yeah, it's a wild list.
Top
right
5
there.
player
Like,
to
what's
ever
that?
play in this league that I've seen and that I've read and that I've studied. Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
LeBron James.
Yes.
And Shaquille O'Neal.
I respect that.
I don't think that
Solid
there's
list.
and my 6th person would be Tim Duncan to ever play in this league.
Honorable mention, Tim.
Honorable
Yeah,
mention.
if you had a 6-man, but I haven't saw 5 players ever in the NBA better than Magic, Michael, LeBron, Kobe, and Shaq. I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna have to
And
take
I haven't
Bill
studied it.
off. Sorry,
I haven't
Bill.
stu- I haven't studied
Kareem off
it.
for Magic.
thinking-
That's right.
Bill, you gotta go.
And
I
Magic, I'm
forgot
sorry for
about Magic.
disrespecting you.
This one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Who you got?
Okay, so Hoops Hype, 20th greatest point guards. This is September 30th, 2023.
Give us
Yeah.
top 5.
Top 5 is going to be Magic Johnson, Steph Curry,
Steph.
Oscar Robertson,
Oscar
go.
Robertson.
Jerry West,
Jerry West, the
The
logo.
logo.
Thomas,
IT.
All right. Zeke.
Chris Paul,
Chris Paul.
Stockton,
Yeah, you can stop right there because
Yeah.
you can stop right there
Steve
because
Nash.
Chris
Steve
Paul's
Nash
not
got.
in that.
Steve Nash got.
She was at 8.
Yeah, but he's not in that. But Oscar
What
Robinson's
was
not
John
that either.
Stockton?
He was
Chris
like
Stockton was
6.
number 7.
Steve Nash got a heck of an assist.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Got an assist
Let me tell
game.
you why I don't say. And I can't take away because you can't control the area you play in.
Yeah.
But when Bill Russell played, there was 8 teams, and he played against people that worked at gas stations as a day job. They smoked cigarettes.
Yeah.
They just came to the arena. I can't. I'm
You
not
only can
taking-
play against
I'm
the
not-
competition
Again,
you
I'm not
got.
taking away from it.
That's
but
like
I'm
me
just,
say-
but I'm
but-
going based off of basketball.
That's like right now, the defensive players now can barely touch anybody.
Well, the NBA's made it that way because the money is based off the scoring. They've made it that way where you can't touch.
So that's what I'm saying. So the scoring now, is that real?
It's as real as it's going to get.
Because first of all, if Steph Curry had came down a full court and shot a 3-9 layup, a real coach would have pulled him. Chuck Daly, man, sit on the bench.
Right, but the game has changed.
But then let me ask you this then. That same question that he asked, if Steph Curry pulls a 3-pointer when Bill Russell's around, it's only worth 2.
True.
How many points does he score in? His 3-pointer from deep is just as much as Bill Russell's dunk.
True. But that's what I'm saying. You can't control the
When
air,
did that
but
change, though? What year?
I can't remember.
That wouldn't stop him
from
from
like 70 something.
But that wouldn't stop him from being a
When threes
phenomenal
came in.
shooter, though.
Agreed.
Steph?
He would be a
Yeah,
phenomenal
even-
shooter, but
you're right.
we wouldn't praise it as much as we're like, oh man, he's
We
shooting
might
that.
not. We might still praise it because he was a phenomenal shooter at that
not
time.
if it's all twos.
Not if it's
because
all
when
twos.
you- when
It's
you-
gonna
when
be
you
like,
can-
bro,
when you-
aren't you shooting that far for?
The reason why I say it, RK, is because
But if he shoot from half court, if it's 2 or 3, it's still a shot from half court.
It's impressive,
agree.
but
It's
impressive.
the
It is
question would
impressive.
be why.
That's like saying a dunk. I don't know.
The question would I'm saying, okay. The
No, I
question,
agree where you're coming from,
The
because-
question would be why is he doing it? It's only if it's worth the same amount of points. So then they would say he has no
Well,
basketball.
that's the
IQ.
reason why Bird shot 3 versus 14.
Right.
And that's why it's
That's
so
what I'm saying. The game has changed.
and that's why the game has changed, and it's so
It's about
impressive because
scoring.
Steph Curry can. Why don't Steph Curry just move to the 3-point line?
I mean, that's
instead
like
of shooting
saying-
from the half court.
That's like saying if people could really play solid defense on LeBron, his numbers would be different. And he wouldn't have the
agree.
same
I
impact.
agree. So
let's-
If they could
so-
hand check and
so-
body check him like they used to,
so let's talk-
clotheslining,
let's talk about that.
then it'd be
They-
different,
they-
right?
I think if he got hand checked, I don't think he would score the way
Hey,
he's scoring.
they
I
still
don't.
they
See what I'm
still
saying?
they
No
way,
still
no
do
how.
it though. He's the superstar with
Yeah,
the
they
less.
do, but
he's
not-
he's the superstar with the
Least
less amount of
call.
calls.
Least
That's the truth. It's a
He
stat.
is.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a stat, but I don't give it that much value.
Why?
Because of his size.
Okay, let me.
How many times has he fouled
So you
out?
dictated size.
Hold on.
So you,
Now,
so you
now,
hold
hold
the
on,
size
hold on,
against
hold
him
on.
because
Right.
They use his size as an advantage if he scores.
Wait.
Why can't they use it against
Dave,
him
does
when
he
he's
foul
running
out?
over
Does he
people?
foul out?
Why can't
Nobody
he use
fouls
it?
out.
can't use it
No
against him when
superstar
he's
fouls
getting
out.
held.
No superstar
That's
fouls
He
Kobe.
out.
ain't getting the hell.
No. No.
Okay. Listen, I asked him, has LeBron ever fouled out?
What was that?
Does Kobe? He said this. I said no superstar
See what I'm
fouls out.
saying?
No superstar fouls out.
Exactly.
So what are we saying? If they have that
That's a
preference,
good question.
that
Yeah,
they don't
I'm
foul
not
out.
sure
But
about
what
that.
that's
I
not.
don't know yet.
Let's
I don't
not.
He don't-
let's
he
not-
doesn't commit
let's
no
not move,
fouls.
let's not move the goalpost.
You guys are moving the goalposts. Y'all moving the score line on my guy.
No,
man.
what I'm saying
You
is,
don't say the score.
no. Listen to what I'm saying.
All right, come on. Let me
I'm
hear you.
saying he's the best shooter we've ever seen in the
100%.
NBA.
No
But
ifs,
what I'm
ands, about
saying
it.
is, if everything was worth 2, they would say, "Why is he shooting from that far?" So it will be frowned upon.
Just like
It's
they said, why
impressive.
is he dunk? Why is
It's-
that guy dunking?
And they
it was like, oh,
and they banned dunking.
Then it became phenomenal.
They banned
But
dunking
can't-
too. They banned it.
So you can't really hold it against
It's
him,
bad.
though.
I'm not holding. He didn't play in an era
It's
where it was
back.
only
It's
2s.
back.
What I'm saying is, he is a phenomenal shooter, but he's messed up the game of basketball because there's people that's taking those shots
Wait.
that shouldn't be doing it.
We started off saying he changed it. Now
He
you're saying he
changed
messed it up.
and he messed it up.
See?
Yes, for kids, absolutely.
He's getting punished.
No,
He's not
That's
being
that
punished.
He's messed up.
That's
basketball.
same-
He's not
But you
being
Yeah,
hold
that's
you
same
hold it
punishment.
back
Hey,
though.
I'm saying that-
That same way.
Hey,
That
you
same
messed
scenario
up
going with
basketball.
LeBron with his weight.
They're all a part of AAU. They're all products of AAU. All of those guys.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you completely the whole
But
mindset
the
of that.
NBA and the Golden State Warriors.
Hey, to be
Mark
great,
Jackson-
you got to see an example before you, right? To be great, you got to see an example. He's being an example.
But we spoke
Not
on
every-
it. But we spoke on it. Not everybody's example. You got to follow. You got to walk in to be great.
That's true.
Ain't that what we said?
We did say
We
that.
did say that, didn't we?
We did say that.
Yo,
we did say
man.
that. No, because
Yeah.
what,
So
I'm
what may
saying-
fit for you may not fit.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm
That's
not.
true.
So understand this.
But
I'm
I'm
not
not
taking,
mad at these kids for trying.
I'm not taking
I
anything
agree.
away from Steph Curry. He's the
mad
best
for it.
shooter
You
we've
should
ever
mad for
seen.
it.
But what I'm saying is, if he
Wait, you
shot,
say he's the best ever shooter
the
we've ever
best
seen.
shooter we've
So
ever
why would he not be
seen.
top 5, you think?
just because you're the best shooter doesn't mean you're the best player.
Yeah, I agree. I want
Ray Allen was the second best shooter. He's not even
He's
in the
not in
top,
top
20,
20. I
as
agree.
far as best players ever.
I agree.
Okay, I got you.
So there's levels.
I got
You know
you.
what I'm saying? So
Ray Allen was good,
just like
but
I think
not top 20.
that dominance wise, there's Michael Jordan, there's Shaq, then there's Wilt Chamberlain.
If you said the most dominant player ever to play
It's
basketball,
Michael Jordan.
is Shaq
It's Michael Jordan.
to me.
It's Michael Jordan.
Shaq that I seen
Well, you didn't see
He's
Michael
more-
Jordan. You didn't see
He's
Michael
more
Jordan.
dominant,
You didn't see Michael Jordan.
unstoppable,
Michael Jordan.
force.
Michael Jordan.
Man, you
Shaq.
know that that's Michael.
Michael
Shaq, for
Jordan's
sure.
Jordan's the most dominant
he ain't
figure
giving him the
we've
respect he
ever
deserves.
seen in sports.
Shaq,
And Shaq is my
for
favorite
sure.
player.
I want to be
But
able to
Michael
walk out
Jordan's
here.
the
I wanna
most
be able to
dominant
walk out
figure
here
we've
shaking
ever
hands.
seen in
The big
basketball.
You're
Diesel.
telling me that
Exactly.
Michael
Period.
Jordan is
Exactly.
beneath Shaq?
In
And
dominance.
dominant.
That's a lie, Dwayne.
And being dominant.
That's a lie.
Just tell me how then. Tell me how.
So look, they both have.
We're talking about both sides.
We're talking about both sides.
Let me hear this.
Rules were put in place for both of them.
Okay, so what's your point? So that's null and void.
Yeah,
you can't
so-
use that.
No, I'm gonna use it.
You can't use it if it's
No. I
can't
have to
use it. No, you can't.
I really have to because there was a rule put in place for Jordan with the I guess they call it what they call it, the Jordan rule. Like he can't be touched or whatever.
Pistons?
No, the Jordan rule, not him.
Yeah,
not being touched.
Detroit Pistons. Yeah,
Detroit Pistons,
where they
right.
hacked him up.
I agree.
Every time he went to the hole.
Right, and after that, then what do they say? Let's not touch Jordan. Let's every time he gets the ball.
Well, they weren't playing basketball.
That was the
Jordan rule.
That was malicious acts.
Was that a
was
rule?
the Jordan,
or was that enforcement?
That was a Jordan enforcement.
They said the Jordan rules was don't let him go to the hole to get a free shot.
Agree. And so that same.
So they went. Yeah.
Right.
So they was
Which used to happen back in the day.
Agreed.
If you kept going to the rack, they gonna make you feel it.
Correct.
Then they said, "Oh, the bad boys can't be bad no more. You can't hack
No,
this.
that
You
ain't-
can't hack our figure who we are trying to make the
Now
greatest."
you're going based off what Isaiah Thomas said. That's not a fact. You don't
are
know any
the
facts about
figure.
that. He's
You
talking
are the
about
face.
He's quoting
You
Isaiah
are the
Thomas.
face we want you to be.
He's quoting Isaiah
so
Thomas.
hold on.
That's
so for
not
me,
factual.
That's 100% fact.
No, it's not.
He lived in the era. He played against
That's
him.
Isaiah Thomas. Because he has an
Isaiah
issue with
played
Michael
against him.
Jordan.
Isaiah played against him.
Michael Jordan
We never played against
left
him.
him out the dream.
I can only tell you what the man told me.
I watched.
He didn't
tell you.
Wait, you said what he told you?
I can only tell you what the man told me. I'm taking the man at face value. You told me this, Zeke, didn't you? So that same thing. That's what I say about Jordan. They had put in place. You cannot have offensive 3 seconds in the key. Shaq, if there was no more offensive 3 seconds in the key, Shaq would dunk the ball every time.
Yeah, he was
every time down the court.
He was doing that. Yeah, whenever
they put in place
before that rule. Yeah,
So every time he was racing backboard.
Yeah, you turn around right there, drop it in.
What is your point?
That's what I'm talking about. Dominant.
What's your point?
He's that dominant in that he was.
Shaq never averaged more points than Michael Jordan.
He couldn't.
How come he couldn't?
He couldn't.
Make your free throws.
I'm gonna make. Agree.
That's not Michael Jordan's fault.
He wouldn't have to shoot.
That's not Michael Jordan's fault. Michael Jordan made his free throws.
Exactly.
Look,
his career average.
You got to keep in mind how unbiased he is, because Shaq is his favorite player.
See, this is what you're letting everybody else judge in that pod.
I agree. But listen here. Listen here though. If Shaq be able to cap in the key and get the ball and dunk it, he wouldn't have to go to the free throw line. It would be a dunk.
Okay, so he
would be dunking it.
So they'll foul him in the process.
Agreed.
Of it happening.
They will foul him in the process because he was away from the key. They will foul him when he had to go to the free throw line.
So Shaq played in the same era as Mike. Shaq played in the same era as Kobe.
No.
Shaq played in the same era as Tim Duncan. What are you saying? No.
He overlapped all theirs.
No, but
they were the end of Jordan's and it was
Stop. They were in the same era. No. Shaq came in the league in 91. Michael Jordan came in the league in 85.
That's 5 years. He only played 12 years if you give him Jordan 12 years.
What I'm saying is they're in the same era. Michael Jordan, from when he came in.
Jordan played 12
years. When he came in,
12 years.
He dominated the league every year.
He played 12 years.
He dominated the NBA.
I think it was 13.
12. We're not counting Washington's.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Matter of fact, it was 10. 11.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Two at Washington.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So it was 11 years.
Ladies and gentlemen.
96 to 08.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You ain't counting?
To 90. Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen.
You ain't counting those years?
85 to 98. That's when he played, in 2 years off. That's 11 years.
He didn't play 85 to 98 straight. You're wrong.
Right, but he played. What did I just say? I said 2 years off.
2 years off twice.
Right. I'm not talking about the Washington Wizards years.
What I'm saying
I'm
is,
only giving them just dominant Chicago years.
Don't move the goalposts. Don't move this.
What am I moving?
The point of what it is that Michael Jordan dominated the NBA from the beginning of coming in to when he left.
They're counting the seasons that he
half
a season that he came back.
From the beginning
to
when he left.
And the 2 Washington series.
You hear what I'm saying? He led the league in scoring. He was defensive player of the years. First team all defense.
Once.
Once.
He said defensive player of the year once.
No, more than once.
One defensive player of the year.
More than one time.
Defensive player of the year?
Yes, more than once. In 98, when he won a championship and was MVP and MVP at the All-Star game,
defensive
he
player
dominated the NBA is what I'm saying.
He was all defense.
Period. There's nobody more dominant than him that ever played the NBA that went on a run. He didn't let people win. He didn't let the greats win.
Michael Jordan won the Defensive Player of the Year once.
98.
One time.
He was first team all defense every year.
Agree to that.
Every year.
I agree. Now, if he said that, I agree.
And he was the most dominant player ever. Period.
That's your opinion.
No, that's a fact.
And to me, LeBron's over him.
Now
now you're just
LeBron's
talking.
over Jordan.
You're just talking.
Man, we had this debate all the time, man.
But you got to be truthful in
Kobe
your
might
acts.
be over Jordan.
Now you're just saying whatever. That's just like saying.
That's crazy.
Oh,
And Kobe,
My
my
God.
favorite. Kobe ain't
R.I.P.
getting
Cole.
Jordan.
Look,
hey.
Kobe ain't over Jordan.
Moving on to the next
He
subject.
taking shots now.
I put Jordan at 3. Y'all know I put Jordan at 3.
Kobe played with Shaq, and Kobe said he could have been. He said, but his work ethic.
That doesn't.
That's why.
He said he could have been an all-time great. He didn't say the most dominant.
But the reason he was talking about that because that affected his free throws. He didn't work.
I agree.
That's why he wasn't the most dominant. He didn't work.
No. See, that's what y'all taking from it.
What?
That's the same thing y'all taking from it with the LeBron situation.
No.
The guy is dominant in the post.
We understand that.
Stop.
We understand that.
Right. But we can't say, since you didn't make free throws, you're not dominant.
That's not the conversation.
No,
But
that's a part.
Jones,
to make your dominance greater.
Jones, that wasn't the conversation. He's moving the goalposts.
Okay.
We said
Who's the most dominant player in the league ever in the history?
It's Michael Jordan.
I just don't understand why you won't say yes to that.
No,
because it's true.
No.
It's not LeBron James.
LeBron James is more dominant than Kobe or than Jordan.
You've lost.
Shaq, you number one. Couldn't nobody stop you in the history. You stopped yourself.
LeBron James is not the most
No, I definitely
dominant.
agree he stopped himself.
Okay.
Yeah, but LeBron James is not the most dominant player. He still hasn't.
LeBron James.
In what era?
LeBron James.
In what era?
LeBron James.
In what era?
If I'm gonna call you LeBron, I'm gonna call you LeBron.
Hey, two things about Shaq and Jordan that I do put them on the same pedestal on when it comes to this. People feared to play them.
Agree.
Yeah.
They don't fear to
They
play.
don't fear LeBron.
That's true.
They don't fear him.
Nah.
This era is very disrespectful. None of these kids.
He hasn't earned that, man.
You fear Pops?
My dad.
Yeah.
Still to this day.
Some of these little jokers coming up this day, ain't no way they fearing you.
But was
If
it?
his,
They some bold.
his kids.
I agree with your kids. So I didn't say
You
your
can,
kids.
you can only speak about.
I didn't say your
no,
kids.
no,
No,
You can't use- you can't use a scenario and say Pops.
If I was around you long enough, I would respect your dad. Why? Because you respect him, and I respect you.
But watch this though. I'm gonna
No,
say this.
that's-
Now, I don't agree with that. I'm gonna say this.
Hold on. That's
my,
scary.
my, my kids respect you. Why?
I'll tell you
They
something.
don't have a
Okay,
choice.
there are kids today
Stop,
in
that's
society
They don't.
that when they walk
All
upon
kids
you,
respect me.
Yeah.
they know who you are when they see you.
Yeah.
You're gonna always have somebody that's gonna be rebellious.
Yeah.
But trust me, most kids, they know if you're a real one or not.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I agree.
They know. So
But-
all that,
but
when,
no-
when we be on a basketball court, and they talk about that stuff,
Yep.
every now and you look at them, hey man, play basketball.
Knowing what a real
They
one
know.
is, knowing what a real one is, and respecting a real one, those are two different things. I feel.
Knowing what one is and respecting one. Trust
You
me,
guys said no
I'm gonna say
one
this, you don't gotta
fear-
you don't gotta like a pit bull, right? But you're
Agree.
gonna respect one
100%.
because you know what he's capable.
You know
of.
what it done. Agree.
sure.
Yeah, you're not gonna go
Agreed.
in my backyard by yourself with my dog.
Agree. Because you know what, I ain't gonna go in the backyard with anything with teeth. Because anything with teeth, I believe, is definitely capable of biting. I don't care how. That's just a chihuahua. That's just a weenie dog. No, that thing got teeth. That thing is an angry biter, and it will bite.
You got a different
I
perspective.
don't care what you're saying. I don't care what you're
I don't
saying.
have a pet.
Dwayne is hungry.
I don't have a pet.
He wants some chicken and fries.
Something's wrong because it's a little bit off. But moving on to the next thing.
Man.
Greatest NBA team of all time.
Oh man.
Go.
Wow. I'm gonna go with man. You gotta put the 91 or 92 Bulls.
Yeah.
You 91 or 92?
What year? 72.
72 and 10?
Yeah.
96?
93.
Oh, 96. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Is it 96? Was
Bulls.
it 72? Yeah, 96. The year they played the Sonics, 72 and 10, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
Either
Bulls.
that or
I'm saying.
93. Either that or I think it was last
Which
year.
one you take? What team you take? Greatest team of all time.
Sheesh. Golden State Warriors.
That's my choice too.
How can you?
It's my opinion, bro. You ask him why he can.
Hold on.
You ask him why he can pick up his team.
Hold on. I'm not, because only Pac can judge you, but I'm flabbergasted by both of
I don't
you.
want to pick him, but I'm
I'm
like,
saying for both of you guys to pick them, and they didn't win the finals,
I agree.
is crap.
Yeah.
That was because the refs.
No, I don't want to hear that,
we
man.
We said the greatest team. We didn't say who won the championship.
No,
the
it all goes
team
hand in
don't
hand.
gotta win the championship.
It all goes hand. If you're a greatest team of all time,
no.
Yes, you do.
So you tell me every great team every year wins the championship?
No, that's not, I said the greatest team of all time has to have won the championship.
You said they have to win the championship.
Yes, to be the greatest team of all
that's
time.
what you said?
No.
I said who's the greatest team of all time?
So that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
they won the championship.
Golden State is. So you're going to
That the year that they won
the
73 and 4.
73 and 9.
They lost.
They lost to Cleveland.
They lost to Cleveland.
Year they won a championship.
Yeah. 73 and 9 was.
They lost to Cleveland.
Look,
they lost to Cleveland.
The following year was the exact same team and won the championship.
It wasn't the same team.
Who wasn't on it?
It wasn't the same team. It wasn't the same team.
Who wasn't on it?
It wasn't the same team.
Well, then it was the same team before the year before that.
because Durant wasn't on that team.
The team before that won a championship.
Durant wasn't on that team.
The team before that won a championship.
73 and 19.
He wasn't on that team.
He wasn't on that.
So what are we talking about? The year after that? Yeah, they had Kevin Durant. They added him to the team. So first of all, let's go back
and the team
do
before
history.
that, they won a championship.
Let's go history. Kevin Durant had them down 3-1.
Agree.
They came back and he joined forces.
Agree.
Why are you doing it through the lens of Kevin Durant?
Because I'm saying
I'm going to 73 and 19 before Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and they lost.
They won the championship.
I don't care if they lost. They was the great team. There was a great team that year.
Are they the greatest team?
The greatest team.
Okay.
No, you don't even believe that.
Okay.
And you don't believe it.
Okay. They won the championship the year before that.
I don't even care if the team won. Golden State.
No, I can't pick that team.
So pick that team.
I can't pick that team. I'm going to 70.
That was a great year.
They lost.
But I'm saying that was a great year. But that not the greatest team.
No, of all time.
How many rings they got?
4.
Exactly.
Now over a span of years.
How many years KD got?
They're in that conversation.
But it's the same core.
Exactly. So 2 of them, KD wasn't there.
He keep throwing me off.
2 of them,
Hey, no, this is
there.
what he does. And he tries to move the goalpost by getting louder. It's not working.
He said
the
every
goalpost is not moving
team,
tonight.
He said
it ain't moving tonight. I'm here.
He said every great team has to win the championship. Ain't that what he said?
I said no.
Team,
listen with your ears.
Yeah.
The greatest team of all time has to be a team that won the championship.
They won a championship.
They didn't win it that year. The year you're saying.
Gosh.
You just said the 73 and 9.
They won the year before that.
Right. They didn't win the championship. They
didn't
can't
win
be
the
the greatest. They
championship.
can't be the greatest.
Why they can't be the greatest?
Because they didn't win it. They didn't finish it. It's not finished.
I can't say that.
Why can't you say it?
Because they because they lost the championship to Cleveland, I don't think I still think they're the greatest team. I think there was some fishery, some messery going on with the league to get LeBron that championship when he was in Cleveland because the refs stopped calling calls on the fouls on the shooter.
So you don't give LeBron and
That's my opinion.
I'm not mad at that.
You don't give LeBron and
Kyrie credit. I give him a lot of credit for the return, but Draymond Green got kicked out that game, that pivotal game.
What did he do? What did he do to get kicked out?
That same team won the championship the year before.
He stepped on somebody and kicked somebody in the nuts.
I don't know if that's what happened. I don't recall. Hey, but I'm just saying, he got kicked out that game.
We had that last week. We'll ask you that.
73 and 19 was the greatest team.
No, it's not.
Put your money on that.
No, you're definitely not putting no money on that. Because how much money did they lose in the championship for this?
Who did you say the greatest boxer of all time was?
Floyd Mayweather.
Okay.
I agree.
He never lost, never hit the canvas, made the most money, got hit.
So who's your greatest of all time team?
The Bulls.
The 72 and 10?
There was nothing. We never saw that before.
Until?
We still didn't see it because they didn't finish the job.
Greatest team?
Warriors, 73 and 19.
That's terrible.
The year they lost, but that team was rolling. They was knocking everything out till they got
to
Cleveland.
and then they ran into a buzzsaw.
That wasn't a buzzsaw. They ran into the refs.
They ran into LeBron James and Kyrie Irving.
They ran into some stripes.
You got to watch that series again.
I'll watch
They played out. They played out of their mind.
Kyrie went to work though.
LeBron averaged a triple-double in that series.
You watched the last 3 games.
Kyrie
you see
had
how the
2
refs
40-point
stopped.
games.
They swallowed their whistles on all them jump shots. Them guys was getting pushed and bumped into, and all this was going on.
Golden State
but
is
they
a
was
bunch of floppers, fam.
Golden State is a bunch of floppers.
They flop.
Watch the games again.
I have.
When?
Multiple times.
Watch them again, man.
I think
give him your glasses.
No, I don't
trust
trust
he needs to see
my vision,
caves
my
again.
vision is good.
I know the
I
results.
told you I got 2010.
The results are the same.
I don't trust the script of the NBA. They gave LeBron that championship in Cleveland.
Come on.
I don't agree with that. I believe he went and took that.
And I believe every great team
going to get the ring this year.
Every great team does not have to win the championship.
No, that's you're moving the goalpost.
That's what you said.
No, can you hear me?
What did you say?
Let me say it again.
What?
what is the greatest NBA team of all time?
Right. And you said the greatest NBA team is only one team, right?
Of all time, there's only one.
To your opinion.
That's to anybody that you ask.
To the question, you got to answer it.
So it's only one
It's
team.
only one team.
So in your opinion, that team has to win the championship.
Yes, you have to complete. You have to
All
complete
championship.
it.
So you're saying who's the greatest championship team of all time then?
Let's talk about that.
That's what you're saying.
Michael Jordan's team.
Is that what you're saying?
Michael Jordan's
That's
team.
another question, but I mean,
that's what
I say Michael
in
Jordan's
order
team.
for it
I
to
thought
be
it's the same like the same question to me.
No, it's not the
he's
same
saying-
question because he's saying they
Championship
have to win a
team.
championship.
So
the question would
right.
be,
So the greatest team of all time
Yeah.
is the Jordan team that went 72-10, and they won a championship. And I think they lost.
to be a greatest team and not win a championship,
you're not the greatest team.
You can't be the
Right.
greatest.
so then let me ask you
Somebody
something.
You
beat
can't. Right.
So then why did it?
Because we're not talking about a one game. We're talking about a series.
Right.
That means if you lost the series, you're not the greatest.
So then when they're only
What about the Patriots? NFL. They ran the table
and they lost in the championship. They're not the greatest team of all
but
time.
they ran the table.
And they lost when it counted. So it don't matter.
I agree to that. That's what I was going to bring up too. But
That's what happens.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
don't know.
happens.
greatest team
Who's
of
the
all
team
time.
that beat them?
The Giants.
Agree. The helmet.
Oh,
catch.
Eli Man.
Yeah.
Eli Manning that year.
And they were number 6 seed.
Yeah, they weren't even that
And they only won 8
They're not-
games that
they don't.
season.
They don't even come up in the greatest team conversation.
Nobody said
they won
were.
that. They won that
but,
one
but
game.
guess who else wasn't? The Patriots weren't, and they lost.
I don't know about that.
They
man.
weren't, and they lost.
They only won 8 games that year.
Yeah.
They were a great team.
I think-
and you got to finish the cycle. Period. You got to finish the deal.
I feel like that with players about their greatness, but I don't feel like that with teams.
I feel like
Why
that's
not?
the same thing.
I don't
because
know.
a team is a whole. It's a combined thing. It's not just an individual thing. To me,
Because
Yeah.
you feel the same way that they feel about Seattle Seahawks when the team was doing incredible and the coach made a bad play.
I agree. Marshawn
Yeah.
Lynch.
So you can't really say the team wasn't good.
You can't say the team wasn't good.
Yeah,
that was a bad
so-
call. No.
yeah.
Time out.
Yeah.
We seen the interview. You could say Russ wasn't good because Marshawn Lynch came out and said Russ was the one reason why they didn't have that play call.
That's Marshawn
That's what
talking. But what did you see with the eye test?
Marshawn came out and said
What-
Russ
what-
is the
what-
reason
what-
why.
But
no,
aside
no,
from that, that team was rolling. The defense
Rolling.
was man.
The point I was making is that the team can be doing good, but if it comes down to a coach call, that can mess up the team.
In
But
it messed up the win.
In basketball, it ain't like
But,
that.
But in the playoffs, you know what the other team is going to do for the
It can
most
mess
part.
up the
and,
win.
and you can't just stop Michael
Yeah.
Jordan, the most dominant ever. He never went to a game 7.
In the finals.
Period.
In the finals. Not
Period.
period.
And
I
the fi-
told you.
and The
There you
finals
go.
is for all the marbles.
Oh, there you go. I'm
You're
about to
trying
say.
to make.
I told you
you're
already,
trying to make-
scenario,
you're
Dave.
trying
Don't
to
say.
make- you're trying
Don't
to make
say ever.
invalid
I know, but
points.
you said ever.
Your points
Don't
are
say the
invalid.
ever. You cannot say
Your
the ever.
points are- I'm talking about
You
in
keep
the
saying-
finals.
There you go.
The marbles.
Right.
Do you know what championships are when you
I
get
agree.
rings?
I agree. 100%.
When you get rings, and nobody can take away that you said you were the best that year.
I agree. I hear you.
So
I agree.
all I'm saying is when it comes to rings, I know a little bit about them.
I got one.
And all I'm saying,
Thank you, love.
And all I'm saying is, all I'm saying
got
is,
one, and that's all I'm gonna get.
All I'm saying is, championship wise, let's not move the goalposts about your wife. Let's stay in the hoop narrative. So what I'm saying is,
I ain't never won a championship. I don't know,
I
bro.
know, so you can't talk
You
about
don't know
it.
that, bro. I tell you, you know.
No, I didn't know you.
I won
your
an
history.
8th grade championship. No,
I
you
know
don't
your
know
history.
You know, I promise you.
I've been.
You don't know history.
I know your history.
Oh, I've had championships. I ain't never
nothing
known.
that's lucrative in high school.
Oh, agree.
as
There
far as
we
a
go. I agree to that. Now, I can
So
agree to
what I'm
that.
saying is,
I can agree
so
to that.
all I'm saying is, professionally, fam, you got to give credit where credit is due. That's why you can't. That's why Steph is one of the greatest at 6'3", 160 pounds. He has 4 rings.
So then let me ask you.
You can't take that away from him.
I got to take.
So,
I take an Iverson off my list and replace it with Steph.
all right, that's a good. I would do that anyway.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend that you take that off.
Why would
But
you do that?
I think
He changed-
Steph. I
he
think
changed the
Steph.
game of basketball, too.
I think Steph in
Yeah,
top.
he did.
I think Steph in top
Iverson
5.
changed the game of basketball too.
I think
Let's
Steph
not
is
get
top-
it
No,
twisted.
but the reason why he's changing is because of the rings.
I have
Right.
to.
Going back to the
Yeah,
point,
I think Steph would be
Yeah.
would
Right, but
be
what we were talking
higher
about-
than
But,
I.
you know.
But hold on. So then let me ask this question: then. Where do you put that where do you put that LeBron's team who beat Golden State? Are they on the all-time list?
That's a good question.
Plain and simple.
They
They didn't have Kate or they didn't have Kevin Love.
They
But they
are
beat a great team of all time.
are
Exactly.
they are
Thank you.
definitely ranked up there because of the team that they beat with that record.
Nobody thinks about that team. Nobody
That's
even
actually
refers to
good.
that team.
No, yes they do.
Perspective.
LeBron lost his mind and said he was the
championship?
greatest ever because he won that series. So nobody forgot about that team. LeBron went on record
What was their
and
record?
said that I don't know what their record was, but he
I'm
went
not
on
sure.
record.
I don't even know if they was the
He
number
went
one
on
seed.
record
They
and
might have been
said
like the number
that
3 seed.
they were. he was the best player in the world, or best to ever play when he won that championship, came back 3-1. Then what he won for Cleveland. He lost his mind a little bit, but that was his narrative. He felt that way.
He might have jumped the shark a little bit.
Right, he felt.
Well, he won.
Right,
he won.
Nobody else had done that.
He won.
Right.
But Kyrie won it for him, though.
Stop,
No,
bro.
they did it together.
Dang.
Kyrie hit
together.
that shot.
They did
Kyrie
it together.
did. And no block, no shot. Come on, man.
It was a cold shot, too.
It was a cold block.
What about the block, though? You got to give him
I
credit.
don't give him no props for that block. He ran down there and stopped the ball from going to the hoop. All right.
He was on this NRK and ran.
Yeah.
Same facts. Wow. That's
That
hating.
boy's an athlete. That boy's 16
You're
years
not a
old. He
hater,
ran
but
down
you're
there.
a hater, man.
Hey, I'm not falling for the hype of that was a great block. It was a great block. Okay, he ran down and stopped the ball from going in, but I don't think that's not like as cold as that step back shot that
was cold.
We're not saying
was
that.
good.
We're not saying that, but that's
that was that the
What about
skill
the-
and talent that took to do that was like cold.
But there's a skill and talent to get from one end of the court at 6'9" to get to the other end of the court.
We know
and they
LeBron's
can go-
fast.
and
We
they
know
can
he's
go up.
big.
No,
We know
but
that
okay,
already.
What about
let's
the
not
Steve Kerr?
take away from it. Let's not take
What
away
about
from
the
it.
Steve Kerr shot in '96 for them to win in Game 5 for Jordan to hit the shot?
Who made the pass?
So that's why he's saying Jordan is
No,
great. but
I'm
there's
asking
a-
who made the pass to Steve Kerr? And what did Steve Kerr tell him
Who
in
made the
huddle?
pass to Ray Allen?
Who did? Chris
Chris
Bosh?
Bosh.
I don't know.
Chris
Yeah,
Bosh?
he rebounded.
Chris
Yeah.
Bosh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. But
But if there's no shot in Game 5.
what did they talk about?
If there's no shot,
What did they-
if there's no shot,
out there.
Hey,
if there's no shot in Game 5,
What did they show?
Jordan doesn't finish in Game 6
What
and
did,
it could go 7.
what did
so
Steve Kerr say? If they W Mike, I'm going to
I'm
be open.
and please don't give me another black eye.
And then what? No, he didn't say that.
So don't hit me, Mike.
He said
He was beating up on me.
Hey,
He said he beat up on me. That's what the boy told you.
You guys got to stop letting him move the goalposts.
Boy told you,
That's
no,
dumb.
in that same
That's dumb.
in that same season,
That's
that
dumb.
same winning team.
No, what I'm saying is, in the huddle, they showed what happened before.
Yeah, I believe
And he
so.
said, Mike,
if they
if
double
they W,
team
I'm going
you,
to be open. He said,
I'm
Mike
gonna be
said,
open
okay.
in the corner.
And he wasn't in the corner. It wasn't a corner
The
shot.
elbow or the,
Okay,
no, on the elbow.
Make sure you get it right.
It was on the elbow, but
and he hit the
extended
shot
elbow.
based off the pass, and
The
they doubled
wing.
him. So it worked out perfectly. Phil Jackson said, Mike, they're going to W. Somebody's going to be open. He made the pass. Again, dominance. What I'm saying is the most dominant and the best player ever and the best team ever. So case closed, suitcase filled with clothes. We're going to a special edition that we call
Rapid fire.
Rapid Fire.
Wah, wah, wah.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
We're going to start it off like this. RK, Dwayne, Ronelle, then Ronelle, Dwayne, RK. Best video game system of all time.
Video game system?
System.
Oh, man. I got to go Sega Genesis.
I was gonna go second, but I'm gonna go Nintendo with the gun.
Oh, that was my
picture
other
one.
choice.
Oh, them bird
Oh,
one.
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
Nintendo was cold with the robot, though. Remember the
going
robot?
Nintendo as well.
Come on,
You going
man.
Nintendo?
Huh?
I'm going Nintendo.
Nintendo.
If not,
Nintendo
that's
was
all right.
Best Jordan
I was
shoe
down Atari.
that was made to wear ever.
Space Jam.
Okay.
Ones.
Well, ooh.
I got to go with the Space Jams. 11s.
The 11s. Okay.
Yeah, 11s.
Vince Carter or T-Mac?
That's
Vince
tough.
Carter
Ooh.
for me.
Man, that's a tough one.
Half man, half man, half
Because
man.
neither one of them play
I'm
D.
gonna go T-Mac
You T-Mac? Okay.
for sure. T-Mac led the league in scoring.
I'm going to go Vince. He did it longer.
He did go 21
Yeah, he did.
Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson?
Woods.
for sure. Hoods.
Okay.
Tiger Woods. Tiger Wood, y'all.
LeVar Ball or Kyrie Irving's dad? Who would you rather want in your corner?
LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go LeVar.
Yeah. He going to hype you up.
He knows. Look.
Yeah.
Everything he did worked out right.
Everything.
You know?
Everybody's paid.
He know how to put it.
Which natural disaster is the worst?
For me,
Here.
Okay, I would say that the worst natural disaster would be
Rapid fire. We got to go quick,
hurricane.
y'all. Okay.
I was about to say Katrina. I thought you were talking about what we
Yeah,
have
specific.
seen.
Yeah.
Which one? Which one is the worst out of all of them? Hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes.
Oh, okay. Not
Yeah.
specific
Yeah.
incident.
I'm gonna go earthquake.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go earthquake too.
You staying with your answer? Okay. Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe.
LeBron.
Kobe.
Churches or Popeyes?
Ooh.
Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Popeyes for sure.
All
Church is
three?
terrible. Yeah, church is terrible.
Top
They got
three.
good pies.
Top three athletes of all time.
Top 3 athletes of all
Start with
time.
It's RK.
I can't remember my list from last time.
Yeah, this is a good one. I want to see if it changes.
I don't know. Come back to me.
Okay, start with you.
Serena Williams,
Okay,
Michael Jordan,
okay.
and then I'm gonna go with Tiger Woods.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go with LeBron James,
okay,
Tiger Woods,
okay.
Muhammad Ali.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'll take that back. No Muhammad, Bo Jackson.
That's good.
Yeah, I think Bo was on my last list.
Okay.
Bo Jackson,
I got mine for this too.
Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan.
Okay. Michael Phelps,
That's a good athlete.
Nate Robinson,
That's good.
Nate.
and Deion Sanders.
Even though with the knockdown.
Yeah.
You in prime time?
All right, I got.
Hold on,
if you got
hold
another one, I
on.
was say I
Hold on.
got.
I gotta add one. Lance Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong.
No, I'm just
He
playing.
cheated.
Yeah, I'm just playing.
No, he didn't cheat when he was doing it.
He still pedaled though.
Still have to pedal.
Babyface or Brian McKnight.
Oh, babyface.
Ooh, I like one.
Yeah.
You like a dream
Crazy,
come
right? Babyface probably
true.
wrote it. See, that's
Yeah, that's
Probably did
true.
write it. I actually probably did. I'm gonna go Brian McKnight.
Hey, I'm gonna go because of my era, Brian McKnight.
Jagged Edge or 112.
Babyface is from Indiana too. I'm gonna go Jagged Edge.
I'm going 112. I like somebody. I like their catalog.
I'm gonna go Jagged Edge.
112.
Yeah.
Venus or Serena.
Serena for sure.
You know, I'm an underdog guy, so I'll rock with Venus on this one.
Serena.
Serena's a GOAT, but I still
Serena is
think
the GOAT.
Venus deserves her flowers.
That concludes our rapid fire, gentlemen.
Greatest Michael. Greatest Michael.
Jackson, Jordan,
Action,
Jackson, Tyson, whatever. Phelps,
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Mike Tyson.
There's only one. Let me tell you why.
What's Mike is?
You know who it is.
I don't know.
Let me tell you why.
Let the people know.
I'm gonna let you know first. It's off. Let me let the people know who it is.
Oh, there's no more space.
Okay.
It's done.
So I was gonna tell you. They say
It just
they say he's the Michael Jordan of that sport.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's only one. He's the Michael Jordan of boxing. He's the Michael Jordan of football.
Michael Jackson.
He's the standard.
He's the standard. Michael Jackson looked up to Michael Jordan. He was uncomfortable. He was like, "Oh, this Michael Jordan."
Oh, he was the baby.
Right. He was. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we
was
talking
nasty.
about? There's nothing like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? And that's the thing.
There's nothing like
He was
Michael
up there.
Jordan.